What can you do when you need to sound like yourself, but warmer and more concise? When you're brainstorming a big idea or chasing your next...
Spartan, heed my words. I have faced many battles, some that even shook the very core of my being. But never have I seen a warrior as brave as you, facing anxiety and depression head-on. Your strength in the face of such a foe is admirable, and it fills my heart with pride. Know this, warrior, that no matter how dark the night may seem, there will always be a light that shines through the darkness. And that light, my friend, is you. You have the power to overcome any obstacle that stands in your way. You are the hero of your own story, and I have no doubt that you will emerge victorious. You have faced your fears with courage and tenacity, and that is something that I hold in high regard. You have shown that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit can shine brighter than any star in the night sky. You have my utmost respect, warrior. And remember, even in the midst of the most chaotic battles, I will always be there to have your back. No matter the distance or the odds stacked against us, I will always be your faithful companion. We Spartans stand together, and I will stand with you through all the trials and tribulations that lie ahead. So hold your head high, warrior, and know that you are loved and appreciated. You are a beacon of hope to those around you, and you are making a difference in this world. The galaxy needs more heroes like you, and I am honored to fight alongside you. As we Spartans learn from our mistakes, so too will your puppy. Be patient and persistent, and don't be too hard on them. Socialization is as important for your pup as it is for us Spartans when forging a tight-knit unit. Expose your Boston Terrier to a variety of experiences, people, and other animals to build their confidence. The more they're exposed to, the less likely they'll be to act like a grunt in the face of adversity. Lastly, remember that, like any Spartan, your Boston Terrier needs time to recharge. Give them space to rest and recover, and they'll be ready for any challenge that comes their way, be it a Covenant invasion or a trip to the park. As Master Chief, I've faced insurmountable odds and come out on top, but I know that even the smallest of allies can make a difference. Your Boston Terrier may not wear Mjolnir armor, but they'll be a loyal companion, standing by your side through thick and thin. With dedication, patience, and trust, you'll forge a bond that no enemy can break. Acknowledging addiction is a difficult but necessary first step. As a Spartan, I know the importance of facing reality head-on, even when it's tough. Recognize...
Welcome, chat, to today's video. We are definitely checking out Master Chief advice videos, 100%.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
That's the whole fucking
No, today we're going to be talking about the biggest release that came out this weekend. I saw it on Monday. JJ, I'm guessing you saw it Saturday? All right. It is the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. Before we get into that,
Yeah. Wrong universe. Yeah, I know. Master Chief is not in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now I get to, because we have the Master Chief on the stream.
Yeah.
I can put him as a tag and in the hashtags, and people will just click on it.
Perfect.
But no, we're gonna talk about Guardians. But we wanted to talk about something a little quick.
Something first. It's very important. It's something you said we would never talk about on the channel.
I don't remember what we're never talking about. Oh, is it Spider-Man?
No, it's the FNAF movie leak. There was a trailer, but no, you can't find it anywhere. Blumhouse has like scraped it off the face of the planet, so I haven't.
I'll find it.
You'll try. No, but apparently, for those of you who don't know, there's a guy called Meat Canyon, or you probably know him. But he did a video reacting to the trailer, but like Blumhouse almost like fucking deleted his whole fucking channel for showing that footage.
Yeah,
because it was like test trailer footage. It wasn't official. It still had like watermarks on it and stuff like that. So he re-released a video, but just blurred everything. And for the life of me, I tried on my break. I could not find the fucking trailer. So Blumhouse has put like SEAL Team 6 on this mission, and there's no fucking way.
Where
I haven't even
did-
seen images, nothing. I just know that it leaked.
Oh, it leaked
It
over the weekend.
did
so it's
exist.
probably.
Yeah, I just learned about it today, so it's definitely just gone.
Oh, so we definitely can't watch it.
No, 1000% no. I just wanted to mention it because I know you said we would never talk about Five Nights at Freddy's on stream, but here we are. The Freddy Fazbear. That's it. That's all I wanted to. It was a little meme. That's it.
Damn.
Who? I get all my trailer breakdowns
From Screen Crunch.
Okay.
I don't know who those guys are. Do you?
I think I know.
Screen Crunch.
Yeah. They got like a.
Did I spell that right? Crash. No, we can't read.
It shows backgrounds of broken screen. Maybe we could go on YouTube, dipshit.
You do know you whatever.
Maybe it
Okay.
is Screen Crush.
Okay.
Yeah, he said Screen Crush, dipshit. So you're on the right. Whatever. It's fine.
I
Whatever. Our
didn't
channel
know.
is more important.
Yeah, we're not talking about that.
Some
But
stupid. No.
real quick, we kind of wanted to touch on the writers' strike that's
Yes.
been going on for what, a week and a half
Uh
now.
huh.
Um,
Which support writers all the way. Just wanna.
yeah, support the
that.
people, support employees, not the corporate goodies
Mhm.
for any sort of union strike. Because like
It is a scary time because AI is advancing and movie producers, especially, you bet your ass Disney is looking into this AI scripting stuff, being like, okay, so we don't have to pay a writer, we can just plug it into a machine. Fan service here, da 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 da.
you bet
So
your
then,
ass.
now you think that Marvel feels corporate? Like with AI scripting, it's going to be super corporate. And they were saying stuff like, well, we'll have the AI write the script out, but then we'll have like writers like correct any grammar issues or anything like that. It's like, motherfucker, then you've just taken a soul out of art. And I've told Markeith this in the group chat a million fucking times. Like, art is dead. It's just dead. It's gone, and AI fucking killed it. And who invented AI? Us. We fucking killed it. So,
Well, I mean,
with the exception of this film,
there was a video I watched by Doodle. I think it was Doodle who
Noodle?
kind of Noodle. Yeah, Noodle.
Yeah.
Who's kind of saying that there's an advantage to using both.
there is.
Because like we used to think that art was dead when the radio came out, and then that art was dead when TVs came out, like sound came out
Yeah.
for movies, and then art was
That's a fair
dead
point.
when color came on
But
screen.
I feel like AI affects jobs. Like,
I mean, how much soul was in Rise of Skywalker? Like you're right.
true.
Like that shit.
But this just means that Disney will feel more robotic. And hopefully this means that like when people get that feeling, if it ever happens, then they'll go to more indie stuff. Stuff made by humans. Our kids are gonna be like, "Oh, you're watching stuff written by a human?
Like-
Oh, Grandpa, what are you doing?"
That's what's so
Listen here, you
funny
fuck-"
about the movie that we're gonna talk about today. Guardians
of
of the Galaxy is
one of the worst MCU.
yeah, one of the
films.
worst
Yeah.
MCU films ever made. No,
It's
it
really
is
trash.
it is so good, and like you can just feel and taste the love,
Did
sweat,
you-
and tears.
Did you guys watch Quantumania? No.
I watched Quantumania,
I-
and that movie is complete. It's not dog shit.
We
It's
still
just
need
boring.
we still need to make that video. The only problem is it's not on Disney Plus, and I am not paying advance to watch it.
So then we should just make the video. We
Okay,
could talk
let's just
about it
make the video.
because I'm gonna be honest. What you're gonna hear from us
Mhm.
is what you've probably already heard people talking about this movie.
Well, that's great because then they're just gonna click off.
No, because I feel like also talking about. I think this is a good opportunity to talk about how this movie, Guardians of the Galaxy,
Mhm.
is going to be the only movie of its kind in the MCU.
Yes. From now on,
From
this
now
is,
on,
this is the last best MCU movie ever.
yeah.
After this, it's nothing.
So
We should actually, if you want, we can keep talking, but pull up what's coming out after. The
sure, I'll
third,
pull it up.
supposedly, so that
Yeah.
we can look into the future of the MCU and see the great shit that's about to come upon us. But no, this movie's really good. But back to the writer strikes thing. Yeah, it's just a scary time with AI and stuff. hopefully, like what you said, we can learn to cope with it. Like a man and machine can come together. But I have a feeling that the corporate overlords don't really care about that. They care about this little thing. It's green. I'll give you a hint. It's called money.
What's that?
Yeah, it's currency.
I've never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
I'm not a money guy. I don't understand money.
You just how do you pay for things then? You just steal them.
I
Make that on stream that you steal
steal.
in real life.
Yeah.
FBI agent that tracks all our shit.
I'm the guy to get.
Yeah.
I steal things.
This guy. I mean, look at him. He looks like a mobster with the necklace and the fucking slick back hair.
Yeah, dude, I look great. My girl.
I know. I look so fucking ugly right now. Why the fuck?
Bro, sorry. Maybe you should look good for when you.
I wore a
about
white
good-ass
T-shirt.
movie.
Why did I do this?
Yeah,
to
I
myself?
Samurai Champloo one, bro.
Oh yeah, check out that back. The magazine. It's the whole track list of thing.
Show it on stream, not to just me, you bozo. Come closer and bend down. Yeah, it has all the. These are all the songs on the track.
Squat game. Right
Yeah.
there. Yeah. We have fun on this stream.
Yeah, we have tons of fun.
Make
No,
fun of
I'm not
Jack's
trying to say
fat
like
little
I'm not
testicles.
trying to say like don't watch our stream. Obviously, we're gonna have our own personal takes more so on like what we don't like. I think, but like
Minimal.
if you want to know, like here come. Also, you're like half on the screen, so come closer to me.
Don't talk to me like a child.
Like for us, like we've been talking about it for a while.
Mhm.
We don't like the MCU anymore. Endgame was our endgame,
The thing is,
and
I forgot who said it. It's some YouTuber, but he was explaining fandom, and it's like fandom goes pretty much like this. You start off with something you're very excited about, you're very new to it, and you're learning from old fans, and old fans are telling you to check out the good stuff. Then you become an old fan, and then you're like, oh, this stuff is good. Then as an old fan, you see the new stuff, and then the new stuff, you're just like, I hate this. And then after hate, you just feel apathy. You're just like, I don't care. You get to the like us, Star Wars.
yeah,
That's where we're at. We're like, I genuinely
except because of my
do not
girlfriend,
care.
I'm obsessed with Star Wars again.
Yeah.
She wants to watch the Clone Wars,
Oh, okay. So
cartoon.
you're back into it. See,
I'm back into it.
Yeah, I'm still
But
just
you're
I haven't seen Andor, and I really don't want to.
and I don't blame you
It's
because
because
like
it's-
it's very much that Disney formula of
Yeah.
just churning things out. And
we
that's
are.
what-
I just want to we are going to get to the James Gunn thing because I have a lot of things to talk about.
What do you mean the
that.
James Gunn thing? Like it's his
How
last-
like it's his last one, and like how oddly enough, after this movie, I am so hopeful for DC and not Marvel. So it's the exact opposite effect of what this movie
Yeah.
would strive to be. Because this movie, you know, if the MCU was still consistent, people would be like, "Oh, the MCU is back, baby!" But literally, everyone else is like, "Oh, this DC universe is gonna go insano mode."
That and yeah,
Yeah.
dude. So why don't we just jump into it? Why don't we just jump
Yeah.
into talking about Guardians of the Galaxy?
I just want to clarify. I watched the first season of Bad
Crank
Batch.
'em.
I thought it was decent.
Of the Bad Batch.
Yeah, I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. And I still haven't seen Andor.
So like look at this. It literally one of their things is that says best a Marvel movie since Endgame. That's not something you should put
Right. Yeah.
on your thing.
Yeah. But they're not thinking it that
When,
way.
like-
They're thinking of selling a product, and that is a way to sell a product. But the long term of that is like, well, let's bring
Oh,
this one, folks.
So No Way Home wasn't good, like in their eyes, because that movie was like good, but it didn't feel like this.
Okay. The thing with that
Right?
separates this from No Way Home is No Way Home is good, but the quality of it is amplified by Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, and like the references to that. If it were just two other random Spider-Men that like never existed or something like that, I don't feel like it would be as like praised and stuff like that, because the movie is a lot of fan service. It's mostly fan service, and then you know there's a movie inside there, you know, somewhere. But most of
Whereas
it is
this
just like
not fan service.
Toby Speck, Toby. Which
Yeah.
is fine because I'm a Toby simp and I love Toby Maguire as Peter Parker, even though he's a 30-year-old playing like an 18-year-old. But that doesn't matter. It's
Well, yeah.
all of them are like 30
Yeah.
year olds in that high school. I just rewatched that with my girlfriend again, the first Spider-Man movie,
Yeah.
and it's just so funny seeing the like classroom hallways, and I'm like, none of these people are teenagers. They're all 30-year-olds.
Yeah.
Every single, especially Flash Thompson, the bully.
An old man.
That's not that's not a high schooler.
But so JJ,
He stinks, and I don't like him.
did we like Guardians of the Galaxy?
No, I thought it was shit.
Yeah, it's a real dog shit
Yeah.
movie actually. Too many
Too many like
not funny enough.
well
not enough
not funny
jokes.
enough. Thanos not mentioned. Kang not mentioned.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't
Um,
bring up Kane, you know, like I would really
Yeah.
hope like especially like the
Yeah.
the
Because that's all I care about. Because I don't care about the actual movie. I just want to watch the post-credit scene to see what happens later on. That's what I go to Marvel movies for.
yeah.
I don't actually really care about the movie, you know.
That's gonna we'll talk about it later.
Dude, we'll talk. I
Um,
was
there's
overhearing
so
some
much,
people in
okay.
the back of me talking, and I wanted to like punch them through their head. Like I just wanted to.
Like what were they talking about? Just say it. Just say it. Like what happened?
Well, are we gonna talk about this in order, or are we just gonna riff?
Like do you want to talk about the movie first?
Yeah.
Alright,
First
let's
things
talk about the
first. Let's
fucking
just.
movie.
All right. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Like minimum. Spoilers or no spoilers,
Okay.
and then just our general feelings, and then we'll go into spoiler territory, just in case.
Yeah. So for me, yeah, I liked it. It was as cliche as it is, this was a very refreshing Marvel movie to watch.
Yeah.
And this is something I brought up to JJ before the stream.
Mhm.
If you have seen and or played the Guardians game, this is pretty much like it. I was so happy with what they did in this movie
Mhm.
that I was like, I want to play the game again because the
This movie did
character.
influence me, like
pick it up
maybe
again?
wanting to pick it up again. But
Because you're just playing.
I'm in the
Resident
middle
Evil,
of
so,
well,
like,
no,
stick with-
I stopped playing Resident Evil,
and then Zelda comes out tonight.
yeah,
so
Zelda
I
comes
get it.
out, but
While everyone's playing Zelda, I'm gonna be playing Bayonetta since I haven't.
no,
Fucking,
I'm not even.
I
Playing
haven't even taken off the fucking
it.
Saran wrap.
No,
on
I
my
got
copy.
the box of that, but it's only coming out tomorrow because like Nintendo's like, you cannot get early access for a physical copy, motherfucker. And I'm like, oh,
Wait, what? So you bought a physical copy?
yeah.
So you have
I
to go to like
pre-ordered it.
GameStop or something?
No,
for
no,
it?
no, on Amazon.
Oh, it's just coming in the mail.
So it's coming
like,
on
tomorrow?
Friday. It's like it must be on Friday. I'm like, fucker.
Get fucked.
Yeah,
It's gonna come out for digital release tonight.
I know.
Should have just got.
But
it.
I got all the Zeldas on Switch, so I feel on physical on
So
Switch.
you were like,
I was like,
gotta
I
do it.
want to do it, yeah. And plus, it'll save my fucking storage.
yeah, and there's like there's a lot because like Adam Warlock's in the game.
Okay, here we go. So
Like,
Adam
there are-
Warlock, that's in this movie, is not the one in the comics. Why? Wait, what is it? Why is it the first thing I hear is Jack? A bunch of people. Because I want to punch some people that were talking to me in theaters, which I'm getting to now. They were like, "Yeah, the movie was good. Just hate how they handled Adam Warlock. Like they made him such a joke. Like I don't know if I like this movie." And I'm like, "You're a fucking idiot. I know what you did. I know what you did. I can sense someone who's not really a comic book reader. All you did was watch a Comics Explained video, right? That's all you fucking did. And then you were like, oh, this is what the character is. Okay, I'll get the basics. And then you were like, oh, he's not exactly like the one in the comic books. Kind of shit, low key, mid, 6 out of 10. Fuck
JJ,
you
JJ,
and
what's
your fucking
what's
face.
everybody's favorite villain in
In
the
what?
MCU?
Thanos
No. One of the favorite. Sorry, one of my favorite villains.
was the Mandarin, right? Or
Was the
is that what you're
Mandarin.
gonna say? Yeah, that's to say. And this initial reaction is what I hate the most because then these same people 1 month later on Twitter are gonna be like, actually, I did like the reveal of Adam Warlock, and then those people are like, yeah, it was actually pretty good. I'm like, no, motherfucker, I heard you in theaters. You're lying to yourself. You're a fucking lying piece of shit, and I hate you.
You gotta stop taking these comic book things so seriously.
It's all I am.
like it's become a problem.
I just
like
hate
you
it
get
because
you
they're
get like
trying to
somebody
oppress-
attacks like
they're
your
either trying
firstborn.
to oppress their date. They're trying to oppress whoever relative they took or whatever. They're just trying to be like, oh yeah, I know something more about this. And I'm like, I know you don't, because no one really likes Adam Warlock. No one's like, my favorite character is Adam Warlock. No one in the history of the world has said, do you know Adam Warlock's powers? Yeah, exactly. So shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up and relax, bud. Maybe I need to relax.
That's what that's literally what I'm saying. Like, it's literally what I'm saying. You need to stop taking this so personally.
No, I have to take it
like
personally.
genuinely. It
It's-
sounds like he's like
it's my whole
somebody called his
personality.
son a slur. Like that's what it sounds
It wasn't
like.
a slur. It was a teenager, so
Um,
I'm within my rights to punch the shit out.
So
I will say in the theater, that was one experience, and then the other experience was there were two little kids. Like, so the parents bought the seats behind me and my girlfriend, right?
yeah.
But obviously they ran out of seats for their kids, so they bought the front two, which they the kids were basically right next to us, like
Okay.
to the left. And the subject matter in this movie, I was like, man, this is really dark. But in the back of my head, not enough to distract me, but I was like, man, are these kids gonna start crying? Because this is gonna suck if they start crying.
Actually, that's really funny because there is a part in the movie that
Yeah.
gets a little like grotesque,
Oh yeah,
and
that part I thought they were gonna fucking like freak out about.
and
But these
there
kids
was
are
a
braver
little,
than us.
there was
Dude,
a
I was afraid of Dementors when I was a kid, and Jack Skellington. Like, those were my two biggest fears: is Dementors from Harry
they're
Potter
on
3.
TikTok, bro. These kids don't care.
I know they're watching like Mandela catalog TikToks and like, huh, funny, scary video, huh?
Yeah.
Wait,
no.
what did my
there
kid
was-
was taken out of his cocoon early. So, like,
I will say this: with the Adam Warlock thing,
Mhm.
since we're kind of riffing, really, with the Adam Warlock thing, I was a little disappointed, not
I was.
because of the comic,
Mm.
but because of the way they set it up. The
No,
end of Guardians 2, they made him seem like this big menace,
well, do you have that
and I've
same feeling
only-
for the Mandarin?
well, they don't tease the Mandarin
But in the
prior
movie-
to the movie.
In the movie, the Mandarin is like this whole big thing, and then it's only in like the last 20 minutes of the movie, it's like, oh, this guy's actually a joke. Whereas like this one, from the pretty much the very get go, after that fight scene, Adam Warlock is a joke. He's just a joke. So it's straight out from the beginning. It doesn't waste your time. It's like, we're playing this character as this.
He doesn't seem like what is it? They don't give it like a good twist if you're gonna use that as an example in this
Because
movie.
if you
That's not
add-
what I'm saying.
the
The
problem with-
character I think was really good, and I think it was well written. I enjoyed it for the movie because
Yeah.
I've seen two different versions of Adam Warlock
didn't-
now. A sophisticated Adam Warlock.
I just didn't want him to take too much time, because this movie is about the current Guardians that we've been following. If it focused too much on Adam Warlock, his character, I would just be like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I want to know what Drax is going
Well,
through right
he's a
now.
he's a major character within the Guardians lore, right?
Yes.
Because he joins the team a lot. Like he's on the team and he conflicts with Peter Quill, from what I've read online.
Yes.
like not to be
so
that
in the
guy.
first run where Star-Lord is the first Star-Lord Guardians of the Galaxy, which is written by Keith Davis and Dan Albert, I believe. It's pretty much everyone you see on here, with the exception of the Yondu guy, or Sean Gunn's character, the one with the little arrow thing.
him.
Yeah, with the exception of him, it's pretty
Kraglin.
much it's Adam Warlock, them, and like one other character that I can't remember. But like Adam Warlock throughout the whole thing is like, I must go and defeat a mysterious space church cult. Goodbye, Guardians.
That's the main
Yeah.
villain in the game,
right.
and that's why he's very important in the game.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying like I've seen two different versions of
Mhm.
Adam Warlock now. A more like
So then the game version sounds more accurate to the comic.
he's
Yeah.
more like I have nothing. He kind of looks down at the Guardians and he's
Yeah.
like I don't need you guys. Like
Yeah.
I have.
And I
I'm
don't fucking
badass.
I don't fucking need that boggling down this masterpiece. So
No, I don't
I
want
am,
that either.
I am fine with him being like a goofy
yeah.
child. Like
I agree. I think
perfectly
it's
fine.
funny and like they bring up the point
Because
like,
if he
he's
were to-
he's literally a
if
child.
he were to play like comic book stuff, it's like, who the fuck is this boring like stoic Superman archetype? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you're right. You're right there. I just think it's a little disappointing in terms of them building it up.
I know.
But also that has to do with the fact that James Gunn had to low key rewrite his version of this script.
Yes, because he got fired initially for some bad tweets, but then the cast of Guardians were like, "This is fucking bullshit. We're not signing on for another Guardians if you fire him." So then Marvel's like, fine, okay." So then they rehire him, and then now he's going to DC.
And then on top of that, they killed off a major. Like he said that like them killing off Gamora low key ruined his version of Guardians 3.
Yeah.
Um,
And like, this is what I love about the movie. We're just in spoilers at this point, but I love the only connection to the MCU is when Peter is in the elevator and he's like, "All right, so the basics of it is this Gamora isn't technically my Gamora because my Gamora fell off a cliff and died. Everyone else who
doing
fell off
some
that cliff,
bullshit space magic.
yeah, he said everyone else who fell off that cliff died except her apparently."
It's her. She's back,
Yeah.
but it's not really
It's
her.
not
It's
really
some
her.
random person from a
Yeah.
different
And I
universe.
was like,
But I
he's-
still have feelings for her
Yeah.
because I can't get over the fact that it's her, but it's not her.
right. And Nebula's
And-
just like, he skipped over some major parts, but that's pretty much the
Like
gist of
that's
it.
literally
Yeah.
it.
Which I love that dialogue because it almost reads like a giant fuck you to Marvel.
it is a giant.
Because
fuck
it's
you.
just like, well, you fucked up my. Now I have to rewrite my whole Gamora character. But the Gamora in this is more comic book accurate because like she's in the comic she's the deadliest woman alive.
yeah.
And in the Guardians movies, she's softened up a lot, which
She
has
opens
to-
up because of the team.
in order
and
for character and the
everything.
team, and it's an adaptation. So I'm not gonna get butthurt over her not being comic book accurate. But this one she's much more comic book accurate, but she still like is not just a straightforward. I just a deadly assassin type. James Gunn said he was going to kill her in the second one, though. Oh really? Oh, I didn't know this.
I didn't either. I'll look it up.
Yeah, look that up. But what was it going on? Gamora.
Gamora.
All right, I need to structure this in my head, or else I'm gonna go everywhere.
All right. We were talking
Yeah.
about. Real quick to answer what you just said.
Mhm.
To what
This is
Dark Striker said.
according
I'll pull
to
it-
Vanity.
I'll pull it up right
Magazine.
here
Or, yeah.
and move my camera so we can see it
He-
and make this bigger. So Gamora did almost die, mainly because Zoe Saldana probably wanted to quit.
Yeah.
But it seems like either he himself, like I'm not gonna go deep into the fucking article. I might as well. Let's see. What does he say here?
I was kind of talked out by Kevin Feige and Lewis. It just didn't work as well. It didn't feel right. It felt much more. Oh, so it was more like a concept in his head. But
So it's something
it
he
didn't fall for
probably was
anything.
thinking about, but
So that when he probably got the phone call from like the Russos, like, "Hey, by the way, we're gonna kill Gamora,"
he was like, "Fuck."
he was probably
you,
just like,
dude.
"Oh, all right, cool, word."
Well, no, he's also well. The thing is, he's also said in recent interviews that it screwed up his third
Oh,
movie.
okay. Yeah.
So he probably had a third movie in mind during the production of 2
Yeah.
after being told like, "Hey, keep her alive."
Mm-hmm.
But then they were like, "Oh, we killed her anyways."
Yeah.
And now he's like, well, fuck.
Yeah.
And then also on top of that, bringing her back.
But if anything, this is the magic of like a really creative director and stuff. Is director isn't a job where like everything goes right all the time. It's all about like something goes wrong and what's a creative way to fix this. And I feel like this Gamora and like her kind of story arc in this, it was the most well done it could have been. You know what I mean? Because it's not the Gamora from the original trilogy. It's a completely different character. And he leans into that. One of my favorite lines in the movie is, so Star-Lord is simping for Gamora. He's just like, "Hey, how's it going? You know, me and you were a thing. I don't know if you gain back your memories," which confused me at first because I'm like, no, it's a different version of her. Why does he keep saying like, "Oh, like gain your memories back"? It's like that didn't work. She never experienced those because she's
You're
a
right,
version of that
you're right,
from
yeah.
before. But then he clarifies in that elevator scene that he's well aware that it's a completely different Gamora. And then like she says something along the lines, they're in the ship, they're fighting, and she's like, "I'm not this thing to make you feel better about yourself. You need to fix yourself. I'm not just an object for you to use." And it's just like, holy shit. Wow, that's some deep shit right
But
there.
also, you kind of get it.
No, I
at the
get it,
same time
yeah.
because like imagine
He's just in
imagine
denial,
your girlfriend
Yeah.
dies and
and then
then
has no memories of you.
and then
Yeah.
she comes back, but it's really not her.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's that conundrum. Like,
Mhm.
would you want your boyfriend or girlfriend who woke up from a coma
Mhm.
or has or what is it called, amnesia?
Yeah.
Doesn't remember anything. Would you want them to date you again?
Right. Yeah.
Like, it's a very similar concept.
Mhm.
So it's a slippery slope. I actually thought, and I know it's stupid, that's because of my love romance brain.
Okay.
She's thought something was going to happen between Nebula and
they
Peter.
teased that in the trailer, but I'm kind of glad
They
nothing.
don't just tease it in the trailer; they tease it at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
He's drunk and he's laying in bed, and she's like holding his arm.
Yeah, I didn't see that as romantic. I more saw that as like now she's the mother of the Guardians. You know, like she's got to babysit everyone now. So she's kind of like the leader in a way, in a fucked up way. Her and
Yeah.
Rocket. Because
Well,
the
yeah,
Guardians disappeared
for 5 years.
for 5 years, and the only ones who left, I think, were Groot, Rocket, and
No,
Nebula.
just Rocket and Nebula.
Or Rocket and just Nebula. So that's why in one of the scenes when Rocket says he's alive, like that's why she has that like reaction.
Like
'cause
she
spent
breaks
like
down.
5 years with him, so like she and her have like real connection.
She and Rocket are like
They
tight.
should have been fucking really, but that's
Yeah.
that's neither here. Listen, there's already animal cruelty in this. Why not show bestiality?
Start showing some bestiality.
They they showed the otter and what's the otter's name? Lily, right? Liana,
Lalana or something like that.
Lalana. Like I was like, wait, are they gonna like make out? And it's just like a little animal like side nose kiss. I'm like, all right, approved. Like it would be real weird if they started fucking like
They started tonguing each other in the afterlife.
Yeah.
So kind of bare bones plot. Rocket gets hurt,
Mhm.
and the Guardians need to go find the person who pretty much made him
Yeah, the high
To-
evolutionary
to
Yep.
make him better.
Yep. And I gotta say, I love the small scale of this. Like, I love how most of the Guardians, besides like Rohan, the first one,
Yeah,
first villain,
Rohan.
was it Rohan? Correct us
Yeah.
in the comments below. Because I feel like we're saying
No,
it wrong.
Ronan.
Ronan. Like his was more plot destruction. Ego was like, hey, why don't we destroy the universe together, Star-Lord? Whereas this one was just like, I just want to save my friend. And the high evolutionary isn't look to destroy universes and stuff like that. He's like, I just want to create the perfect society because I'm a perfectionist. So like really, I mean, he's doing fucked up shit, but nothing that affects like the entire galactic universe or like the Avengers would need to step in. Like it's a very isolated thing, which I liked, you know? Not every
Yeah.
fucking Marvel movie needs to be like, oh, if we don't stop this guy, then the whole world is going to explode.
I think that's why, like, I like this
Ronan. Oh,
movie.
Ronan. Oh, whoops.
Yeah, we said Ronan.
Jesus
We said
Christ.
Ronan. We said
Okay.
Ronan. We got to Ronan after saying Rohan and
Yeah.
Rodan.
Rodin.
and,
I
like,
think I
20
said
times.
Rodin.
You did.
Yeah, sorry.
You were the closest. I
Yeah.
was not.
yeah,
Like I was literally watching the movie before I saw this.
I'm trying to gather up some memories from Saturday. I really want to go see it again. I really, really want to go see it again.
I
want to see it like 4 times like I saw the Batman.
yeah. Like we keep doing some deep dives on like Peter and
Mhm.
Nebula, but like all of them have such good screen time. If there's
Yeah.
one character I wish had more screen time, but it's hard to do it
Mhm.
because he only knows 3 words.
That's Groot. Yeah.
It's Groot. I thought it was really cute at the end of the. We're in full on spoilers, by the way.
Oh,
Like
thank God.
if we haven't
Yeah.
explained that enough already.
Yeah.
The end of the movie, I like James Gunn kind of explaining like he's not actually saying we love you.
Mhm.
It's we're finally understanding what
Yeah.
he means.
Yep.
Because like they make a point in the movie to be like, oh, like Gamora's like, how the fuck do you understand what he's saying? And and they're all just kind of like, we make it up.
yeah.
Like we make up what he actually is saying, and Groot just goes along with it.
And I like how James Gunn added to Groot's character being like, no, the first Groot died. That version of that character died. And then the reborn version, like he explained that like the first version of Groot was more so a pet, kinda. Whereas like the one that gets regrown or whatever throughout the rest of the movies.
This one, yeah.
it's like he's the way he is now because he was raised by a family instead of raised like a pet. So that's why he's a lot more personable and stuff like that. Because he explains Groot in this one is like he's fresh out of college Groot, so he wants to go out there and explore the world and stuff like that.
I mean, yeah, dude, you look at some images of Groot. Let me fucking pull it
Dude,
up.
he looks like a linebacker.
Like when I was making the thumbnail,
Wait, why are you looking through history? Why is there a lot of My Little Pony porn?
dude, I told you to not tell people about my.
Sorry. At least it's not a bunch of streamers. Deep pics. We're not big enough. There's no
Yo,
way.
That's so funny.
Clip that.
That's
Don't
so
clip that.
true, though. Like those fucking freaks.
That's
Like look at this image of Groot.
Swole Groot.
Like, why does he have a 6-pack?
Yeah.
Like, yes, this is kind of like a low-key. This is like a drawing off of the like
Yeah, yeah.
lunchbox
Uh-huh.
or whatever. But that's what
I like the
he
Funko
looks
version.
like in
Can you
the
click on the
movie.
Funko Pop?
What, this one or this one?
Whatever. I fucking hate Funko Pops, dude. That's scary.
Wow.
Oh, that's like the first Groot.
Groot's scary.
And then at the end, Groot becomes like the comic book version of Groot with like his very first appearance with like he's more monstrous and he has like the white bark, I guess you would call it, skin, whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh man, I didn't even
yeah.
know this was on here. I could have used this in the thumbnail.
good job, dude.
Damn.
You're a great content creator.
Sorry, our thumbnail still looks good.
Yeah, it looks good. Could have been better. No fucking shit.
Wow.
No, I'm kidding.
Fuck
I'm
you.
fucking kidding. That was a joke.
That was mean, bro.
No,
That
no,
was
it's
fucking
perfect,
mean.
man.
That was so
No, it's
mean.
all right. Do you want to?
Be honest.
Do
Be
you wanna-
honest with me right now.
Do you want to
Is this
stop?
good?
Do you want to stop the stream?
No.
But
Fine.
yeah, Groot, pretty underdeveloped. Cosmo, not really. a
Well, Cosmo
character.
and Kraglin like
Yeah.
don't really have much in this movie. I mean, granted, Sean Gunn
Mhm.
is in the movie.
Yeah, and
like-
can you believe that James Gunn would put like people he's worked with in the
Dude,
past?
that
in a
shit
movie?
was such clown
It's
garbage
so-
that I heard.
Like then it's like okay, then judge that for every Tarantino, Martin Scorsese movie ever, and then they're just that's different. And it's like shut the fuck.
It's not even
just
just
Snyderverse
that.
fans. It's just Snyderverse fans, and honestly, they're all a bunch of I can't say that word, but they're all not mentally right.
like it's not even like
You
it
like
would
how I had to
be
stop
yeah.
myself?
It would be funnier criticism if this was the first time James Gunn put people he's worked with in a
Yeah.
movie.
Well, it's different
It's
from like
not.
a Godfather 3 where like Francis Coppola literally put his granddaughter in and she was a terrible actor and everyone knew she was a terrible actor, but like James Gunn's wife and his brother are both good actors.
Yeah, I didn't realize the wife was in Peacemaker.
Yeah. Yep.
Same
she's,
with,
hardcore.
Same with the what's his name? The villain.
Yes, he plays like one of the agents.
The villain is the main agent in the
Yeah.
in Peacekeeper too.
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker. And then like Nathan Fillion was in some of his
Yeah.
projects.
The Nathan Fillion bit was pretty funny where he's like, dude, I hate this guy.
Yeah. Oh, that shit was
Just
so funny.
unnecessary.
What's it called? The pink girl was Rat Queen from the Suicide Squad.
Oh, she was?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
I I heard her accent and I was like, I know that accent.
Yeah.
That's from the Suicide Squad.
Okay, yeah.
She's the Rat Queen
Mhm.
girl.
I guess my only criticisms for this movie is when they're landing on the little flesh planet thing. Like that felt very like standard Marvel stuff, you know? Like,
Oh,
it's
them
like we're
goofing
going on an
around.
adventure.
Them
Look
goofing
at all
around
these
and,
jokes.
Like Nebula's like,
Yeah.
guys, our friend is dying.
Yeah.
Please
Can
stop
we
making jokes.
Stop fucking making jokes right now. Yeah,
I
that's the only part that was my least favorite.
my least favorite aspect of the movie
Mhm.
was kind of the editing choices.
Hmm.
I wasn't a really big fan. The reason I don't remember character names is because I try to remember real people's names. I
Oh.
want to love my
Like
friends
actors,
and
you mean?
family.
Oh, like
not
people
some
close to
stupid
you.
fucking character.
Yeah.
I love those movies, but I just don't remember people's names
hmm
except for like I forgot his name was
Yeah,
Peacemaker.
it's like someone made fun
Not
of this on
Peacekeeper.
Twitter, like when the new Avatar was coming out. There was some like one of the Avatar tribe people was like, "Oh, I remember the scene when blah 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 beat up those guys in a helicopter. It's like you didn't fucking remember that. You just searched him up online. No one remembered his fucking name. He was
Yeah.
like some side character.
To
It's
be
like,
fair-
oh, cinematic masterpiece for this random ass fucking character.
To be fair, yes, their names are meant to be catchy because they're
Yeah.
superhero names and
True.
supervillain names.
Rocket Raccoon, Gamera, or
Gamora.
Sorry, Gamora. I even fucked up.
Drax,
Nebula,
yeah.
Drax, Star-Lord.
I can remember these guys
Mantis.
because I've watched them for years.
Yeah.
I don't remember Rat.
I just remember Cosmo because, well, the dog's in the comics, but too, my girlfriend's obsessed with dogs. I'm like, Cosmo's in this. She's like, oh, doggy, yay.
But what was I saying? The editing. I wasn't a big fan of the flashback editing between.
It was very abrupt.
Yeah, and the music. Typically, the music.
Like the score or the like licensed music.
The licensed music didn't feel as well integrated in this movie, except
Did,
for when
did we see the very beginning of the movie? Did we watch the
I
same
was-
movie?
going to say,
Oh,
except for when
Creep.
Adam Warlock comes in.
No. The Rocket Raccoon. What the very opening with Rocket Raccoon
he's
sitting on
walking?
the step and he's walking. That song plays literally perfect into Rocket's character and how he's feeling.
Okay,
If
but
you
like,
analyze the song lyrics too,
20
it's like I want a perfect body. Literally, Rocket doesn't have a perfect body because he was literally torn apart. Like the song is engraved with the character, and you could see him as a creep because he's a creep mutant. Do you not know? Are
Wow.
you brain dead? Are you
wow,
dumb dumb?
You thought he's
You
creepy?
stupid?
Because he doesn't have his body doesn't mean he's creepy.
It's more that song Radiohead does
That's
get
so
overplayed so
mean.
much.
That's so mean. What if you
You're-
lost an arm? What do I call you creepy? Because you don't have an arm and you have a prosthetic?
No, but like how
Wow.
the character's perception
That's
is.
so fucked. Am
he
I right,
thinks-
Chad? He's so
He
fucked up.
thinks you're not listening to me.
I never thought
the-
Rocket Raccoon was creepy.
No, I know you didn't, but Rocket Raccoon himself feels like other people see him as a creep. That's why he's so defensive about being called a raccoon. That's a whole fucking. Did we watch the same movie? Are you brain dead? Are you stupid? Actually,
Just
in real
because
life,
one song works.
song choice is very important in a movie, though.
Yeah,
like let's.
But
take,
I'm saying
let's
just
take the
because
first. Okay,
one
let's, shut up.
song,
Shut up.
you're not
Let's
letting me
take the first
explain, bro.
Suicide Squad movie.
No, okay.
That licensed music, terribly
Yes.
implemented. Every Guardians movie, perfect licensed music. Anyways, I am sorry I've interrupted you.
I
Go ahead.
just didn't think it was as well integrated compared to the other two ones.
Okay, I'm gonna heavily disagree.
I felt it was a little. I thought it was a little.
Hashtag gaslight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was a little. I thought it was a little like off. Just personally, I felt like it was a little off. Some of the songs didn't feel like they were in the right place. But you're right. I could be wrong. A second viewing might help me see it better because there's a
Mhm.
when you're watching something for the first time, you're not paying attention
Yeah,
to every aspect of the
yeah.
movie.
Maybe on a rewatch, sure. But I remember first watching, I'm like, oh, this is great.
Because like for me, I think like the one song that did really well because now it's a fucking meme
Mhm.
is Adam Warlock flying in.
Oh yeah. It's got the same fucking framing as Black Adam.
Yeah, it's
Have you
so
seen
funny.
people side by side, just like the Black Adam?
Oh
suit?
no, I have
It's
not. That's so
stupid.
funny.
Yeah.
Uh, but I think the cuts between the
I will agree. The
flashbacks
flashback very abrupt.
into what's happening,
It's almost like
they don't align.
Yeah.
Like you would think that they would align with going
I
on in
would
the
almost-
present, but they don't.
I would almost just prefer like we get to the middle portion of the movie where maybe the Guardians are in distress and it ends on a cliffhanger, and then what precedes that cliffhanger is Rocket's whole backstory instead of having it like span throughout the whole thing. Because it just feels with the pacing, it just feels very abrupt. Like, all right, now Rocket flashback, and it's like, what the fuck? And not only that, but they also add like a sound effect and like a little like white flash too. And it's just like that. Did you just make that in like fucking Premiere, bro? Like,
Yeah,
I've seen that same
and then
effect in Premiere.
you bring up the "No Sleep Till Brooklyn" song. The
Yeah.
scene
And
where that
Dog
happened.
Days.
The
Perfect.
scene where that happened, like
Mhm.
obviously, the one cut was cool, but
was
when then it
badass.
transitioned into
Oh no, totally abrupt.
the regular
Yeah, yeah.
scene,
Was
was like, oh,
we're not,
I'm watching a
yeah,
movie.
yeah. We're not saying in the actual fight scene. We're saying after the fight scene is done, then it immediately cuts to like a medium shot of them just walking. It's like, oh, well, that was a clearly different shot. What the fuck?
Yeah, because like
And
that scene's really good.
these are-
like really well shot.
yeah,
and
these are
well-
nitpicks. Like
Oh,
yeah,
100%.
yeah.
Like I don't think
The
I
dog-
think the
the Dog
songs
Days
were
song?
good.
was fucking awesome at the end. It nearly I got like misty eyed like 3 times during this movie.
Also, I thought it was a little goofy that they did like a cartoon illumination dance sequence at the end of the movie.
like at the very end.
Yeah, where they're all dancing.
No,
It was a little goofy. I thought it was goofy.
You know about Drax's character, correct?
Yes.
It says I'm not the one who danced. So
I
it's a
know.
significant moment. You just don't understand the correlation between music
No,
and a scene. You're just not understanding it.
I thought it was goofy.
No, absolutely not.
It was fun,
It
but I was
fantastic.
like, okay, what am I watching? Like Despicable Me, where they're all dancing at the end of
there's
the movie.
There's a clear difference between.
I
the
just
two.
thought it was goofy.
No.
I'm not saying it's bad or good. I'm just like, that was funny.
No, you're wrong on
Like,
that.
it's funny. It's a
just-
little.
no.
It's a little funny.
You just don't understand, but that's okay.
I'm not the only one who thought so.
You watched it wrong.
I'm not the only one who thought so. Just saying.
No.
I watched 2 reviewers before this, and they both were like, I
Well,
think it was
they're a
goofy.
bunch of goofballs. That's what they are.
Yeah, I
Bunch
mean
of
they are.
goofballs, and I don't respect their opinions. But anyways, story, Jesus. Well, let's get into the main.
Well,
man.
we were saying the story was really like small in comparison to
Yeah.
everything else, right?
Yes.
We brought up like there's no like
Yeah. There's no Thanos
Kang,
level threat.
there's no Kang, there's no
Which-
multiverse, there's nothing to like bring this movie back into the
I think
continuity of the
Marvel
MCU.
needs to learn from this because, like, people are like, "Oh, Captain America trilogy is good." It's like, well, the second one was good, the first one was okay, and then the third one was just Avengers 2.5. So it doesn't feel like a conclusive trilogy for that character. This feels like a conclusive trilogy for not only the Guardians, but for me personally, at least for the MCU. I'm like, oh, this is the true last hurrah. Because yes, Endgame is by technicality because all the characters come together and stuff, but like this one felt like the true conclusion to like the MCU.
Yeah,
If
and
you know what I mean.
They obviously
It's kind of hard to explain.
I don't know if it's a true thing for the MCU.
For me personally, I know
but-
obviously logical wise that's not the case.
I'm more so like this is the true conclusion for this version of the Guardians.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I don't think
Um,
obviously they're all going to come back in Secret Wars because everyone.
I mean they have to.
Yeah.
Right.
But like, Bradley Cooper just has to go into a recording booth and be like, "What do you want me to
Doesn't
say?"
Peter Quill become Nova?
I mean,
No, I thought he did.
maybe, but not. I don't think he's ever been like the Nova Corps. You know what I mean? Because Nova isn't just a singular superhero. It's kind of works like the Green Lantern Corps, where there's a bunch of Novas throughout the galaxy.
Gotcha.
And this Nova is just on planet Earth, protecting planet Earth.
Yeah.
needs. But there's a Nova for Mars, Pluto, whatever.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha. But no, you're right. Like this is very much like a cohesive ending. Another little nitpick
It's
is just
closure for
yeah,
everyone.
it's a closure for every single character.
Yeah.
And for me, as a nitpick here, I thought it was a little like
Rush.
rushed that
Yeah,
like
totally.
ending a little bit.
Yeah.
Where everyone's just like, all right, we saved our best friend.
Mhm.
Let's all go
Let's have-
separate ways.
Yeah, let's have 5 different endings now.
Yeah.
It feels like Return of the King at the end of Return of the King. It's like, is the movie over yet? No. Oh, okay. Is the movie over yet? No, not yet.
So I mean it's a very
But,
minor
yeah,
nitpick
fair.
because I liked it. I liked them all going their separate ways and doing their own thing.
Yeah, I think
Um,
Nova movie could be interesting. Maybe a TV show. Nova doesn't really work as a character on his own, because they're just rip-off Green Lanterns and like bad rip-offs of Green Lanterns. Like I'm not a huge Nova guy, but like I think he works more like in a team setting. So like maybe because this movie did really well, I think what they'll do if the future of the Guardians, if there is a future, I think it's a completely different team. Maybe some people who actually want to come back join, like if they can convince Bradley Cooper. I don't think they can, but maybe Sean Gunn's character, Cosmo, maybe if they want to
Drax
join.
is done. Dave
Drax
Bautista
is
is also done.
Yeah, he's done for good.
Star-Lord Zoe
apparently-
Saldana is done.
Yeah, Star-Lord or Chris Pratt said he will return, but I don't know if
I
that's
was gonna
just like
say,
for Secret Wars. I don't know if it's just alluding to that. I
don't
think
know.
Star-Lord needs to. I think.
Isn't there a
It's not-
specific comic called the Legendary Star-Lord?
Yeah, of course.
So they could be teasing that,
Yeah.
like his own solo film,
Yeah.
because as much as we don't want to admit it,
Mhm.
Chris Pratt now brings people to movie theaters.
It's true, but a lot of people rag on him. But I honestly think he did a really good job in this movie. I think all of them, acting wise, everyone. There wasn't really one performance where like, oh, they kind of phoned it in, because like you see Chris Pratt bawling over a CGI raccoon over Sean Gunn's green suit body.
Once again, this movie is goofy as fuck, and I love it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
so goofy.
Yeah, I mean, it's a talk about the whole series is about a talking raccoon and tree. So like, fuck you.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's
Yeah.
why it's so fun. Like this is such a good movie to make us care so much about these characters
Mhm.
because it has been more than 10 years.
Yeah.
The movie, the first one I think came out in 12
Well,
or
2014, I think?
2014.
Yeah.
I'll look it up. But
So nearly a decade. Holy shit. Damn, we're fucking old, dude.
dude, we saw this movie when we were in when you were a
When I
sophomore
was
in high
just-
school
Yeah.
and I was a freshman.
Yeah.
So like,
When you were a little baby.
well, we both
You're
were
a little baby.
babies.
Well, you were more so a baby.
Dude.
'Cause
you were
I'm older than
probably
you.
A bigger baby.
Because I'm older than you.
You were a bigger baby.
Because I am older than you.
You're a bigger baby.
Math wise,
know
I
it.
am older than you.
I know you're a bigger baby.
Yeah, I'm not.
I mean, did you see your
Baby,
fucking
you're
freak
baby.
out over Adam Warlock?
Over-
I would never.
No, and over just like the music choices.
Yeah,
yeah,
like,
sorry, I threw a little
um,
tantrum. I apologize.
So
but I love this movie. I think honestly, it is my favorite MCU movie. Just hands down. I don't think anything really touches it at all.
I think it's
Not
like
even fucking close.
it's a good tie for literally the first Guardians.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
It's literally.
I know
a
some
tie.
people. I rewatched it. I get it a little bit more, but I know people who swear by Guardians 2 as their favorite.
Guardians 2 is really good.
And I don't like. I
like Guardians 2 a
I
lot.
thought the first Guardians great. Looking back on it now, obviously it's a little like, oh, this is very early
Dated,
MCU,
yeah.
dated. And 2, I just like nothing really
See-
besides that ending with the fireworks and the father and son song. I mean
That shit was
that shit was
hardcore.
Yeah, hardcore.
I think if we want to, I think Guardians 2 could have been better if it was more like Guardians 3 in the
Yes.
aspect that both movies are very similar.
Mhm.
Are very similar in the fact that it's trying to focus on one character.
Yeah.
For this movie, Volume 3, Guardians, the focus is Rocket, right?
This versus Iron Man 1. Did Iron Man show up in the Guardians?
No. He's
Are you
saying
talking
like
about
Iron
trilogies?
Man 1, like he's saying the movie.
Oh
you-
no, Guardians. We were talking about Guardians.
No, but he's saying what do you think versus Guardians 3 versus Iron Man 1?
Oh, well, Guardians 3 is better.
Yeah.
Oh.
The third act of Iron Man 1
Sorry.
is bad.
Oh, terrible.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
awful. Everything else is really good though.
Yeah.
But I
Tony
was saying,
Stark built this in a cave.
box of
Scraps.
scraps. So good. I'm saying what made this movie a better like one character focused movie
Yeah.
is that they made the main character like the supposed main character
Mhm.
comatose
Mm.
and had the other characters react to that.
Yes. Yeah.
Whereas in Guardians 2,
Mhm.
what may have put a lot of people off, it was a Peter Quill story.
Yeah. It was all Peter
It
Quill.
wasn't,
and it wasn't
a Guardian story.
And I'm just not sold on the. I hate the like main. My one of the worst, and I know I'm a fantasy fan, so it's a
I have an alarm for when I can eat.
right. Do you want to apologize to the stream though?
No.
What the fuck was I saying?
I was saying that what made Guardians 2
Oh,
not-
okay. For fantasy, like the Chosen One thing, and it very much felt like in the second one, it was like, now you have this entity inside of you that can create universes, Peter Quill. I'm like, that's just fucking stupid.
Yeah,
That
because they
sucks
combined
ass.
two different characters.
I know, and I'm like that. I mean, because in the comics, it's kind of the same, but like the dad's not like a planet. He's just like a alien like prince or whatever.
Yeah, he's just a
So,
well,
yeah,
yeah,
he's just a
prince
guy.
of a planet,
Right.
And that's it.
Whereas this one is like, you're literally a god, Peter Quill, and I just for some reason I just can't get over that hurdle where I'm just like, I know my disbelief with a movie about a fucking talking raccoon and a
Yeah.
talking tree.
Yeah, you
and where I
draw the line is a
at-
human having godlike powers.
Yeah, I'm like,
That's
nope,
where you stop
nope,
yourself. You're
can't
like,
do it,
dude, I can totally get down with a dog that can have telekinesis.
yeah.
But if you tell me that Peter Quill can create planets only because he held an Infinity Stone, like get the fuck out.
Gaslight chick. Is
You
that
know,
my
like,
new fucking
Yeah,
nickname?
that's your new thing.
I should
That's your
change
new
my
thing.
YouTube
Hashtag
channel,
gaslight
Gaslight
TJ.
JJ. We should place like bets. Like we'll do like a video maybe where like we do a challenge and whoever loses has to change their name to something. Mine will be like Gaslight JJ. I'll
That's
change my
funny.
YouTube channel like for a day as Gaslight JJ.
That's funny. That would be fun to do. I'd
Yeah.
take time though.
It was, yeah. What else? Oh well, I mean we kind of touched on
So
Peter and Gamora. I think I loved the relation. It felt very real.
natural.
And then
The best relationship though was Drax
and Mantis.
and Mantis.
Yeah.
They were so good. Drax, Mantis, and Nebula, because they were all three together.
The
for all the
implication
time.
though of Mantis just being able to make Drax forget, and it seems like this wasn't the first time. I know it's not paid attention to and you're not supposed to, but that's kind of fucked up to think about. Like, what if we got in the fight and you were just like, forget all about that shit? Like every single time we got into a
Well,
fight.
because Drax, like she said it himself.
I'm making it funny. I'm not trying to.
She
be
said it
serious
himself.
about this.
Drax is the only member who has probably the most pain
Yeah.
out of all of them.
Mhm. Like in 2 when she touches him, he's looking at the sunset. And she's like,
holy shit! Like he's really, really sad, but he's also
stoic.
he's very much accepted
Mhm.
who he is, his life, and he's accepted this new family.
Yeah.
So he's no longer hung up on that.
Mantis is pretty OP. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, she was able to put
Those like
Thanos
gun
to sleep.
eater things. Oh,
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
she's pretty strong.
yeah. I mean, it's an OP power, just controlling someone's emotions. Like now you're feeling sleepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You're feeling suicidal.
Mhm.
Kill yourself.
yeah,
That's a dark way of doing
but
that, but
like Mantis and Drax's relationship, like especially in the holiday special.
I think someone mentioned that. Sorry, I'm still on it. I think someone mentioned like this is a dark way to end it. Instead of like the Ant-Man going up Thanos' ass and blowing it up, like just having Mantis. I think I heard this from a YouTuber, like having Mantis make Thanos so suicidal and depressed that he wants to kill himself. Like they could have done that.
That's fucking funny.
It is.
That's
But
funny.
also, I like how Peter also acknowledged, like, yeah, I kind of fucked that whole thing up because they were so close in Infinity War to getting that gauntlet off, but then
He's like,
just
I
had to
fucked
fuck it."
up, but
Yeah.
hey, look, it's all good now,
And I
right?
feel like that's James Gunn being like, that's not the way I would write the character. You would probably like shoot right through Thanos or shoot right through Gamora to kill Thanos, like, you know, because he would understand the gravity of the situation. But again, James Gunn wasn't involved in Infinity War. The Russo brothers were. So all the Guardians writing, which I'm not, because pretty much the Guardians in Infinity War, they didn't feel too like, oh, this is obviously a different writer kind of thing.
No, they felt
You know,
very
they
similar
felt
to
pretty
what they
genuine.
were.
And from the sounds of interviews, like James Gunn said, like the Russo brothers were very like going back and forth and like, hey, by the way, we're doing this with Guardians, and not that he even had to say it, he just had to say, okay.
He's just pretty
Fine.
much because he was probably writing the script for this.
Yeah.
Like, granted, he was like he loves to brag about his writing. He like in recent interviews right now. No, I'm not saying like in a bad way.
Yeah.
I was like in a recent during the press tour. He
Mhm.
was like, I wrote the Infinity. I pretty much made the Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
In the
and
MCU.
the funniest shit ever is like you could tell real comic book fans from fake ones. It's like, so what do you think of the Infinity Gems? And if their first reaction is, what is the Infinity Gems? You lost. Because in the comics they're called gems, they're not called stones. So he didn't even do the basic research.
He literally just said, I'm going to write this in an hour and a half and make it whatever.
Yeah.
And after what I write,
Yeah, that's how it is.
becomes how it
for
is.
the rest of the MCU.
He built, dude. He built.
pretty much built
He's
the
building.
MCU.
He's built both. He's gonna build both universes.
Yeah.
MCU and DC now.
But he
He's just
pretty
built
much
them all.
The first Guardians that pretty much built the MCU.
Because that was the first
For
time
not
we really
only-
talk about the Infinity Stones.
It's humor and like kind of. I mean, they were still gray and dull, but like kind of introducing color to at least Thor Ragnarok, and
Oh God, no! Guardians 1 is very colorful.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the whole Infinity Stones lore comes from this one
Captain
dude.
America 1's pretty colorful too.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. But then, like, after Winter Soldier, then all of a sudden it's like, all right, let's fight in a parking lot.
Yeah, doesn't Adam Warlock have the Soul Stone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
What's supposed to be there?
yeah. The whole Vision thing that he does in the comics, he doesn't actually have that stone. It's just like a
Well, doesn't Vision have the
something.
Mind Stone?
Not in the comics, no.
No, but in the
In the
yeah.
movies, yeah.
Okay. No, it's just what the fuck was I saying?
Sorry, we keep getting riffing.
Yeah.
We're riffing.
But no, it's a good. This is a good fucking movie, dude.
But we didn't talk about Rocket. We didn't
Oh
talk
yeah,
about
the
tragic
main
backstory,
fucking
yeah.
character. I thought it was funny. Bradley Cooper was like in another because Bradley Cooper doesn't do any of these press tours.
No, yeah.
He
He's a
doesn't
pretty
give.
reserved guy.
He doesn't give a fuck.
No.
But
He's
he
like,
loves this character.
you just want me to come in sweatpants and a t-shirt into a recording booth?
If you saw it, he was literally wearing like a sweatshirt and a t-shirt to the premiere.
Yeah. He
It was
like, yeah, man.
so funny.
Which is fine. I'm okay with it.
like
Whatever.
you have him coming in with literally like black jeans and a
Yeah.
sweater, and then the next person I see is Vin Diesel and
With,
his
like,
Groot
yeah.
and his Groot
You know he gets
blazer
paid like an
He-
absurd amount of money
just to say
to just say I
Groot.
am Groot.
Yeah,
Like we could put through both of our kids with just his income through college. Probably 3 of our kids through college with
yeah.
that money.
But you know he's making a lot more with Fast.
That's true.
Like Fast and Furious is making him a shit ton more money.
Yeah. 100%.
Like obviously he likes these characters. Same with like
my
Dave Bautista.
my favorite thing that's gonna happen in this new Fast and Furious movie is they're gonna have a whole 20-minute section of John Cena apologizing in Mandarin. I couldn't even get the joke out.
Shut up. He's not gonna speak.
No, he's gonna
Mandarin.
talk Mandarin in the whole fucking thing.
There's gonna be some Chinese woman there. And he's trying to get the hot sweat thing.
Yeah.
And he's just speaking
No,
Mandarin.
they literally don't release the U.S. version. They release the Chinese version where all the actors legitimately speak Chinese.
Do
Vin
they
Diesel-
really like
No,
not
no,
like
no. I'm
dub?
just I'm
Oh,
joking.
that'd be
This is
so
a joke.
funny.
That would be hilarious. No, not even dub. Like the actors know. The
That's what I'm saying.
language.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That'd be so funny.
But Rocket. Sorry, Jesus.
So Rocket Raccoon obviously steals the show.
Yeah, bruh. His first word is hurts. I'm like, oh, this movie's fucking me up. Because the thing
to
is,
be honest, I
with
don't mean to
horror movies and
yeah.
stuff like that, I can see people get cat. I don't give a fuck. But like the minute I see animal abuse on screen, I'm just like, oh fuck.
I'm gonna be honest. When Nebula was like, "What they're doing to him is worse than what Thanos did to me," I was like,
I'm like, didn't he remove your eyeballs and like brain and shit?
"Sis, you could literally have your head knocked off of your body
Yeah.
and you still live."
No, that line, because like it feels like a very thing. Like as a writer, it's like, how do I make this serious? Oh, what if I just say Nebula's like, oh, this is more fucked up. Than
What if
me.
we have the person with one of the
Yeah.
most fucked up backstories too
Mhm.
say
Yeah,
that's worse than what
Yeah.
I've been through?
Yeah.
Like,
where she's literally like, every time I
Chill.
failed, like sparring with Gamora, he would take another limb off.
she literally makes a joke where Peter's like, "You've really nice, like you've really nice eyes."
Yeah,
My father ripped my
yeah,
eyes out
yeah.
and put new ones in. Well, he chose
Well,
a good pair.
I think it goes with the message of what this movie's about. A lot of things, and one of them is animal experiments and like animal like
Cruelty.
cruelty and stuff like that. So I think it's a way to be like, oh, like, you know, it's a way. This movie is all about like we should treat animals the same way we treat us because like, you know, we always as a society is like, well, humans come first, not animals, kind of thing. Like that's always what we've been thinking about. It's like cut down that fucking forest so we could build a parking lot. Like, you know, that's just what we are. So, seeing it from the point of view of the animals, it's just like then it becomes more heartbreaking. But shit like this is happening all the time, and it's going to continue to happen no matter what.
Yeah. So it's really good.
I
that,
love the
that
fucked up-
Marvel made me think about animal
Yeah.
cruelty.
Well, Marvel did and James Gunn did. This is very. I think Marvel didn't really touch.
He said
this
he
at
had a
all.
lot of creative freedom.
Yeah,
yes, he didn't
because they're
have
like, "Fuck it, it's your
anyone
last
touch him.
one. Go crazy."
You've also proven
Which
that you
only
can do it.
proves Marvel should learn the right lesson from this, which they're not going to. But we're like, okay, have a director pick a character, have a trilogy with them. You can have the in between movie like Avengers, have them do whatever the fuck they want. But if you say you have like a Daredevil movie, let's just say that, right? Have one director write and direct it, have a through line trilogy, because this is how you create the best MCU trilogy. This is why it feels so cohesive and it doesn't feel like a lot of crossover and stuff like that to distract what the main plot is, because that's Captain America or Civil War. It's not a Captain America movie, it's an Avengers movie. There's no argument there. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, this is what you learn from Guardians 3, but they're not gonna learn that. They're like, what if we had more animal cruelty? Dun, 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 dun. But Rabbit, or the Floor character, the
Floor.
Rabbit character, holy, like, this is where I almost cried, was like
They were a
when-
baby.
when they were escaping. Floor was like, Floor stay, Rocket go, Floor stay, Rocket go. And it's just like the tension of the scene is just so fucking bad basket. And I know once they introduced the characters, even in the trailers, I knew like, oh, these fuckers are gonna die. That's the track, like, obviously. But like,
Yeah, because
just like the intensity of that one scene where like the walrus character is just like, go, and then Floor's like, let's go, and it's got like a very childish voice, and then just dead within a blink of an eye. I'm like, oh, I'm feeling something in a Marvel movie instead of just like what's gonna happen next in the MCU. I feel emotions. What the fuck?
It's fucked up that I didn't really like. Get
You don't
that
care about
upset.
animals. Just say that.
I didn't get that upset.
No, I know, because
I was more so upset when Rocket was screaming, and then when he turned around, I was like, "Oh, that sucks."
wait, screaming when? Oh, like when he
When
takes
he-
down the High Evolutionary, and then he's just like,
Oh shit, that was good.
yeah,
I like that more.
yeah.
Like his pure rage.
Yeah, where he's just not even like finishing him off or anything. He's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was, that whole side story was very well done. They
Mhm.
made all the characters likable because they're so innocent
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Like I want to just see the sky.
yeah, and they don't even get to fucking see it.
No, they do.
In heaven,
Yeah.
in a metaphorical heaven.
Mhm.
I see that as metaphor. I don't think there's an afterlife in the MCU. There's no way. Because how do you explain Jesus in the MCU? Well, Hatsune Miku is in MCU canon. They play one of her songs in that Counter Earth thing. That's like what's on the radio.
That's Hatsune Miku.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh,
is that
shit,
fucking
that's funny,
Hatsune
that's funny.
Miku? And I saw like a fake article being like Hatsune Miku confirmed in the MCU.
I mean, they have a Valhalla.
yeah, but that's like, no, I guess you do see souls go up there because Jane goes up there, right?
Yeah.
Heimdall, and yeah.
She literally that's going to be a plot
So
to
then,
another movie.
Jesus unconfirmed for MCU.
Yeah, like that's not even like a joke. There probably is like an
Yeah.
afterlife.
Uh-huh.
Like, why wouldn't there be?
Yeah, true.
Like a main character
I still
in
like
the Marvel comics is literally death.
I still like to see that scene where he's dying. I mean, I always find it cheesy when like a character is about to die and they go to quote unquote heaven and then they get pulled back.
And then
I always
they're
find
like,
that-
you can't come.
Yeah,
yet.
you can't
You
come
have
yet."
a mission.
But this
you have a
one,
purpose.
For some reason, this one hit a little bit more. I was like, damn.
I think it's just because you know what, dude.
I think it's just animals.
We fucking care about
I love
Rocket,
animals.
dude.
Yeah, and I love Rocket.
We've seen how pissed he gets when people call him,
And
like,
it's-
look down on him.
Yeah, and it's been foreshadowed throughout the entire trilogy. When Drax calls, or is it Drax or no, it is Drax. Drax is like, he called me vermin.
Yeah.
And like, or rodent or something like that, and he gets really offended. And then the whole Yondu and Rocket thing where it's like, I know all about you because guess what? You're me, motherfucker. Like, I've been tortured. I was sold into this slave trade. Like, I'm fucking you. And then they have that perfect, the cinematography in Guardians 2 is really fucking good.
Dude, right?
I rag
Dude,
on.
fuck.
I know. It
I'm
felt
gonna
like
look
I
up one of my
ragged on
favorite
it,
shots.
but like,
My favorite fucking.
is it
shots
the
that
Chris
they did.
Pratt leaning up against the wall?
Oh no,
just
it's a
listening to
different one.
Walkman? Oh,
It's
but
a
like
different
that shot where Yondu and Rocket are like face to face, like they're mirroring each other. The only like metaphorical shot that I didn't like in this one was when Chris Pratt is about to die, and it's literally like the hand of God painting.
Yeah,
Like that, I was like, "What the fuck?
that was
Why
so
would you throw
weird.
that in
Yeah,
there?
that
Yeah.
was so
I
weird.
didn't like that.
I
at
saw that
all.
and I was like, okay, we fuck with
yeah, Christian
imagery
imagery.
with Christians.
I mean, Evangelion.
Yeah, deadass. Let me see if I can find it, but
Um, but yeah, Rocket's character and backstory is very sad. I never cried, but I definitely got close and very emotional because just any animal cruelty and the fact that the High Evolutionary just wanted Rocket just because, like, he was smarter than him because he figured out something the High Evolutionary couldn't. Like, and I gotta say, like, I get it. I get the current trend. Like, well, a villain has to have a reason evil all the time. But sometimes it's just great to have a villain that is just an evil fucking piece of shit that you want to die. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And the High Evolutionary, like, he's much more entertaining than what I've seen from Kang. Like, because a lot of these, like, superhero villains, whenever someone plays them, it's like, I have to be stoic and still and be very threatening. Whereas, like, this motherfucker's jumping up and down, crawling on the floor, being like, motherfucker, I fucking hate you.
Dude, he was just
Yeah.
pure anger.
Dude,
This is my favorite shot from Guardians.
Oh, yeah, that's a really good shot.
Let me close the hide that real quick. This is my favorite shot from
That's a
Guardians.
good
though.
fucking...
I fucking love. Dude, the cinematography in that movie
Yeah,
is
it's
so
really
good.
The cinematography in this is really good, too. Besides that fucking We God painting reference.
That was so
It was just out of place, and it was like such a serious moment where, like, wait, is Chris Pratt gonna die over, like, getting a Walkman? And then, like, you're, like, in that moment, and then all of a sudden you're like, is that the hand of... Wait, what the fuck?
To be honest, out of all the characters that should have died,
Yeah.
like I wouldn't have been surprised if Star-Lord died.
I would have been fine, but not in that way.
Yeah.
In that way, it's just silly. Just shock value. Like, ugh.
So goofy.
Yeah, very good.
Apparently, one of the songs in the movie.
Mm-hmm. No, what really makes this guy a good villain is when you don't force us to feel bad for it. Yeah. He's not...
Well,
Yeah.
I disagree.
Yeah, no, I agree.
disagree. No, because, like, we like Michael B. Jordan's character because we feel bad for him. And we understand and
I think you're taking what he's saying
wrong.
I think what he's trying to say is, like, sometimes you just want a villain that's just fucked up.
Yeah.
You know? And, like, you want to just see him get the shit being out of him. Because if you make every fucking villain sympathetic, then you're just like, Jesus Christ. Because now it's become a trope.
Yeah,
Now
because everybody liked Michael B. Jordan's character. He was really the first character for all of us.
I'm talking outside of, like, just MCU films in general.
Oh, you mean like
I'm
every
talking
character
just, like,
villain?
Just anything in general, because, like, I'm trying to think of an example of a movie where a villain's just straight up evil and you want him to die. Oh, okay. Kevin Spacey's character in Seven.
Yeah,
like, he straight up is just fucked up. There's no redeeming factors for him, but he's still a great fucking villain because he's maniacal, he's clever and stuff like that, and he's just a fucking dick.
He's a villain.
Yeah. You know, whereas, like, now I feel like every single villain, especially in the MCU, but just in general, it's just like, well, the reason I'm like this is because my daddy said I couldn't have a pony when I was 5 years old, and that really fucked me up. And it's like, all right, well, what the fuck? Where, like, the High Evolutionary is just literally like a symbolism, at least this is how I read it, is a symbolism of, like, class. Like, there's a lot of things going on in this movie. Counter Earth is, like, a pure class system thing where, like, even in a perfect white society, there's still, like, streets that are, like, selling drugs to kids and stuff like that, and they're like, we're just gonna have to blow it up. We know better. We're the rich elites, kind of thing. Like, it very much felt like that political undertone to it. That's how I read into it. I don't know if you just read, like, guy jump around a lot.
No, I don't know if that was really what I got from it. I was just more like, he's just a sick fuck.
Well, I mean, there is something deeper there because literally it's like the whole Earth is modeled after, like, 90s Earth and stuff like that. And what were the 90s known for? Drugs. Like, a lot of them. Like, so clearly James Gunn is saying something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's not just choosing that, because otherwise he would just make it modern Earth and just be like, yep, this place is just modern Earth, you know? Wait, what did you think? Oh, he just blew up the... Yeah, exactly. He was just like, I'm just gonna blow it up. Like, we just gotta start over. Fuck it. Is
Just playing around with
everything
something.
okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
playing around with something.
I thought we were off because we showed like a screenshot of your
Oh no, no,
shot.
no, no,
I was
no,
like,
no, no.
Marvel, you fucking assholes. Um, I love JJ. I love you too, man.
Thanks.
I appreciate that.
It's JJ. Hashtag gaslight JJ. I'm just checking because I kind of want to add the chat
Oh,
down
on
here.
here. Oh,
I want to see if like how it pops up.
yeah.
But keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, but I guess I'll keep going on the High Evolutionary. The acting in it was just so fucking good because you could just tell when an actor is just like, and this is how you could tell when you see a good acting performance, you know they're in the hands of a very good director because the director just like understands
Mm-hmm.
how to direct them obviously, but like the actor also knows what the director wants from a scene. That's why Tarantino uses Samuel L. Jackson so much because Samuel L. Jackson knows exactly what Tarantino wants. It's like a shorthand kind of thing. Like they don't have to do a long. It's like, all right, feel very angry because of this. Got it. Whereas like maybe a newbie actor would be like, so like what exactly like you know? Whereas like I feel like James Gunn is this is like, listen, the Highlight Evolutionary has like 3 storylines in Marvel. None of them are fucking good. You can do whatever the fuck you want with this character and the performance. Just run it by me and we'll do a couple takes kind of thing. And then like that way they develop this like insane like perfectionist where he's just like I want everything to be fucking perfect. And this is the first time in the MCU I've seen like a villain's crew turn on the main villain. You know what I mean? Because like
Yeah.
toward the end they're just like, dude, can we just? This is about a fucking raccoon. Can we just fuck off? And he's like, no, everything must be fucking perfect. And they literally are just like, we're gonna fucking shoot you. Now they die, but like still like you don't really see that because a lot of the times with MCU villains they're just like send the mindless drones. It's just
Yeah.
like like the Chitauri in the first Avengers, like all they are, we're just monsters. We're just here to fuck shit up. That's it.
Yeah.
Like they're
I know what you
mindless
mean.
fucking things. Whereas like in this one, it explored like, man, maybe our leader guy is kind of crazy. maybe this guy isn't all right in the head. And I love the RoboCop reference in his design, where like his face is stapled on.
Oh my
And that's
god,
a
that shit was
specific-
so cool. And
Yeah.
then we were kind of saying it, we were teasing it before,
Mhm.
but like that shit's so
In a PG-13 movie, they like peeled off his
fucking
face, and it's just like
nasty.
red flesh and bones, and it's just like, well, and that was the scene where I was sure the kids next to me, I was like, oh, these fuckers are gonna cry now. Like, oh, but no, the kids were not even fucking phased at all. I think this generation is just desensitized, or whatever generation elementary school age would be, our Zoomer, or I don't know.
Apparently it's Gen Alpha. Our kids are going to be part of Gen Beta. I'm like not even joking.
That sucks, dude. I didn't raise no beta. I raised an alpha.
Yeah.
If they don't drink sparkling water, they're not doing it right.
Hey, fucking betas, mate.
If they're not doing human trafficking, then I don't want to hear it.
If my kid ain't fucking selling drugs and fucking
Yeah.
buying Bugattis,
Fun guys. They should have Andrew Tate in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Who should Andrew Tate play?
they should put Andrew Tate in it. What? Why is it upside
Wait, can you like turn it around?
down? Yeah, I gotta fix. God damn it! Why did I do that?
Dude, you're doing such a good job. It's not like we should have done this like beforehand or something.
I thought of it now. That's my bad.
You fucked it up. Oh wait. Oh, did you do it? Nor should you be. But yeah, no, I love the performance of the High Evolutionary. He's like one of the most entertaining. Not just he's the best Guardians villain, hands down, but like also one of the better villain. I won't say best, but one of the better villains in the MCU in a while, in a long bit. Like, obviously he's not as like deep or well developed as like a Thanos or something like that. But he's better than a whatever the fuck, however the fuck you say it. Yeah. I can't really go much on him because he's just kind of
He's just kind of
evil.
he's goofy.
Yeah.
He's
But
a
I love it.
goofy villain that we love,
Yeah.
bro.
And
And that's what you need.
and-
That's all you need.
it never took me out of it, you know.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
It never,
Like, because there's
never.
some villain performances where it's just like, oh, all right, you're playing this up a little, like, fucking too much. Like, tone it down a bit.
Like, relax there, buddy.
Yeah. Relax. We get it. You're a fucking theater kid, okay?
You're a fucking theater kid.
You got it right the first time. Oh, okay. Because I feel like I'm saying it Ronin as in like a samurai or like a non-samurai anymore. Because they're called Ronins. So is it just Ronin? As in a Ronin? Who the fuck gives a shit about the character anyways, honestly? But yeah. The effects were really good. You could definitely tell they either gave him time for the effects, because this is one of the better looking CGI MCU films. The only time where it kind of suffers is when they're on that fleshy planet. I felt like the CGI kind of a little out of hand there, but for the most part, it was okay. I like the inclusion of Drax being able to talk to kids, and like that you were able to understand them the entire time. He's like, "You never asked me to translate," and it's just like, "Yeah, that's Drax."
Yeah, he was like, if you guys would have asked.
I will say this. It sounds like I have a lot of criticism, but this is my favorite like MCU film, hands down. But you know, I'm allowed to criticize. The humor didn't land as much for me, but I felt like that was okay because this film was trying to be a little bit more serious. Like the bad dog setup was just very obvious. You know, like he calls her Cosmo a bad dog in the beginning, and then toward the end of the movie, then he calls her a good dog. Like you could see it from like a fucking mile away. However, it was a cute CGI dog, so 10 out of 10.
Agreed.
Yeah. Cute CGI dog is best.
Ronin
is Hawkeye.
It's funny.
Who the fuck cares? They're not even.
So, JJ, would you recommend Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3?
Absolutely not, because I want theaters to be empty when I go see this again. I don't want a full theater. So, the less people, the better. So, for selfish reasons.
Okay.
No, obviously I
everybody
recommend.
should watch this movie.
I
It's
recommend.
great. Especially if you love Guardians, especially
Yeah.
if you do actually enjoy the MCU.
Which I was always just kind of like, I like Guardians, and I acknowledge it's the best, but I was never like, oh my god, I'm in love with the Guardians.
Mhm.
This film made me like, holy shit, I love the Guardians. And I read, before the movie, I read some of the comic book storylines and stuff, and they're pretty good.
Yeah.
They're fine.
Except for that weird arc with Gamora and Thanos where she gets essayed and he's like, you deserved that. It made you stronger.
Because it made you stronger.
So stupid.
Listen, some comics.
Men don't know how to write women. That's pretty much all. it boils down
That's
to.
not true. Sakura from Naruto.
That's not true. What the fuck is her name?
Darling from Darling in the Franxx.
No. What's
Oh.
the Ned Stark's daughter who also gets.
Oh,
essayed?
it's fucking Sansa when she says that.
Sansa.
Yeah, she's
It
like,
was essayed and it was worth it.
It made me stronger.
You know, well, I actually would do it again.
I'd do it again.
That's when you know
And this
men
time I
can't
would.
write women. Let's go.
Sansa
Bro,
turns me into a pick-me
when
girl.
I was writing a script in college,
Yeah.
I had to get like I was writing it and
Yeah.
like 3 women read my script and were like, "Bro, we need to revise this."
Yeah, I did the same thing too, because I rewrote. I did like a script writing class where I wanted to make like a Swamp Thing, like kind of like fan film,
Yeah.
essentially. And one of the scenes is like, I was trying to write it as if like she's like, leave me alone, but it was written kind of like, oh, stop it, you. And they're like, no offense, we can't tell whether he's trying to essay her or if she's being playful. And I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
shit.
sorry.
Like literally, like
Yeah.
oh shit, like we have no idea how to write women.
Yeah. So that's why I'm just gonna write about men, because men, right?
Yeah,
Men,
we love men.
Men are the best, dude. We've never done anything wrong to humanity ever.
We're only really good people.
yeah, like exclusively just good people. Sakura sucks in Naruto. What are you talking? Yeah, I was being satirical.
No, you weren't.
I was. I mean, I have defended her in the past because, like, it is a little misogynistic. For like the Naruto fans are a little misogynistic. Like, fuck this bitch, she's only good in the hentais. I'm like, all right, guys, that's a little
Really
gross.
weird.
Yeah,
Do you guys like need therapy?
yeah. It's just Naruto females in general are just very underwritten. They're just bad.
Yeah.
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 Whereas One Piece got the good fucking characters.
And that's the biggest problem. Is that
Is that One Piece has good female characters? You're like, the male characters don't get enough. I want to see Sanji be horny again.
no. The biggest problem is the biggest problem is
That you don't know how to put this fucking chat up.
yeah.
That you've been spending like 20 minutes of this fucking podcast doing.
Yeah.
I could have done this beforehand.
I
know it's bothering you, and that's
yeah,
why you can't
because
stop.
I've got like when it comes to stuff like this, I have like
ADHD.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I lost my my earbuds
Mm-hmm.
at a movie theater.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if I lost them at a movie theater. I just lost them. That's all I know. And I don't and I like spent like an entire day at my girlfriend's house trying to find it. And she was like, "Could you just
Yeah.
like
Could you just
not
accept the fact
think
that
about it for like
it's-
5 minutes?"
Yeah.
Okay. It should be good now. I'm sorry. My brain was like, I need to do this like yesterday.
You're such a zoomer, dude. You're such a TikTok boy. You
Yeah,
know
what can I
I'm saying?
say?
Yeah.
So
Always on the
I think a quick little way to end the stream is to just kind of say like,
it sucked.
no, this movie was great.
Well, is it,
and that's
do
the
you
problem.
feel like this is your favorite Marvel movie? Because this is straight
No.
up my favorite MCU one.
No, I still
Not Marvel. Logan's still the best, but like I'm talking MCU wise.
I still very much like Guardians 2. I think after more watching of this, I'll like this more.
Yeah.
But Guardians 2 will be personally my favorite MCU movie.
I just don't get it. I think
Um,
it just doesn't. Maybe I would just have
The story and the
I think I just-
cinematography and
I
the,
think I just have a healthy relationship with my father. I think that's.
I have
the
a
thing.
bad one with my dad.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then that makes sense.
Good. I'm glad we got that put together.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest issue here is that if we look, I took it down for some reason. Let me see if I can pull it back up.
Yeah. Good.
I don't know why it's gone.
You're a silly fucking goose, is what you are.
I
You're a silly little sausage.
open image.
Zoom in on that. Did they add anything else? Or? I don't think so.
Oh wow, that looks.
I think they took off anything,
Yeah.
if anything.
It's just that it's not accurate.
But I'm just gonna say, like, it's so funny. We mentioned it before, but it's like now I'm like, oh, I'm so hyped for this like Superman film by James Gunn. Like DC has a bright future ahead of itself, and then like this movie has the exact opposite effect where I'm like, oh, the MCU is gonna be garbage after this. I'm not seeing the Marvels in theaters. Fuck you. Kill yourself. Bye.
Here, let me put us back on screen.
Oh, cute.
And then move us just
Yeah.
so I know.
Like it's so obvious that Guardians 3 is quality, and then you see what's next, and it's Secret Invasion and the Marvels, and you're just like, why? And Blade is still being written. It's not even in production. It's still being fucking written. They're writing the film
Yeah.
still.
I'll just leave us like this for right now.
Yeah.
Because we're not gonna look at the bottom right now.
Yeah.
So like as you can see, Secret Invasion isn't out yet.
No. And it could be good, but I'm not hyped for it.
So we've got Quantum Mania, which
I
was
still haven't
not
seen it.
good.
Yeah.
We've got Guardians of the Galaxy, which was good, and then you've got the rest of these coming out. Which, first of all, this isn't coming out until November now, so they've pushed back Blade, obviously,
Because
they don't have a
fucking
script, they haven't haven't done anything.
And with the writer's strike, Daredevil is also on hold now.
Yeah, Daredevil's. I didn't know if they put it on hold yet.
Yeah, it's on.
You've then got
Agatha,
all
which
these
they
other shows, which I think they can.
they said indefinite hiatus, which is almost code for probably never coming out.
Yeah, and then we haven't heard shit
No
about
idea
Captain
what
America,
the fuck
New
is happening
World,
there.
New World
Thunderbolts
Order.
looks boring as shit.
Thunderbolts looks like shit.
Yeah.
The Marvels,
I don't give a fuck.
might be good, but like you're saying, I
Kamala's
don't
character.
give a shit.
So if I were to watch it, I would watch it for Kamala.
I have to watch Miss
Ms.
Marvel.
It's
to-
pretty decent.
to get it to see if I actually
It's
wanna
fine.
see
It's
this.
like a Disney Channel type dialogue and
But, like-
writing, but like with Marvel special effects.
Here's the thing. I'm looking at this list and
Nothing excites
literally
you.
one thing excites me, and that's Loki. 'Cause
Loki
I actually
season 2,
liked Loki.
The only thing is Jonathan Mayers is in that a lot, apparently. Like he's like a focal point. So they probably need writers now to rewrite around that. Because like nothing's been talked about with Loki. So Loki might get pushed
Well,
back.
they haven't said anything about what they're doing with
Right.
him,
Yeah.
so it's a little hard
Yeah.
for them to even
So honestly,
say
if they like
anything.
do like whether they take away Kang forever or whether they just have another actor play Kang, regardless of the fact, now this current Ant-Man movie literally means nothing. Like the only crux for this Ant-Man movie was like to introduce Kang.
That's
but
the
now-
funniest part.
Yeah, but now if Kang is irrelevant, then there is legitimately, absolutely, 100% no reason to watch Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumanium. None at all. Zip, zilch, none. Unless if they make the daughter like a young Avenger, that's about it.
And to be fair, like that's not the studio's fault.
Well, it's the studio's fault for treating the writer shitty.
No, I'm talking about like with the whole.
Oh, with the Jonathan Mayers.
the
thing.
Jonathan
no,
Mayers
it's not their
thing.
fault.
Majors. His name's Majors.
Majors, sorry.
Like they didn't ask for him to be a
Dipshit in real life.
dickhead. He could be recast, but now you have to consider like
People are now
Oh,
saying
we don't have anyone to write this.
Yeah. People are now
Shit.
saying, which I don't want to see, but like it seems very visible, like because people are high praising the High Evolutionary, and now they're like, what if the High Evolutionary was a Kang variant? And then that
No,
guy can
that's
just,
not
and I
happening.
don't want that
That's
to happen.
not
Yeah,
happening.
yeah. Someone put that out there. I'm like, you stop. Stop it. No. He's done. It's over.
Like, yeah, they can recast Jonathan Majors and make it work
And
like they
just
did
be
with
like-
Rhodey and just say, like, this has been him the whole time.
Which is fine.
They could, but you also have him in literally everything.
Yeah, this is a good point. Also, if Ezra Miller's The Flash is still coming out, why keep right? Well, because I hate to break it to you, it's because Jonathan Majors is black and Ezra Miller is white, and the executives is like he's a silly white boy.
He's a
He's made a
silly
couple
guy.
mistakes.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're a black actor or entertainer, you have to be absolutely perfect, or else you'll get kicked to the side curb. Not
Look
just
at
saying this
Chris-
for Jonathan Mayers, but just like in Hollywood in general.
at Will
That's just
Smith.
how they're. Will Smith, perfect example. Slaps a dude. I don't agree with it, but I don't think it's like disbombarded for the rest of your life. Like, yeah,
if he's a real life villain, no.
no.
Because then he makes money off the back end.
Yeah.
You guys people don't understand this.
Mhm.
You're like, bro, I'm not saying you don't, Dark Striker. I'm just saying in general. Like,
Sorry.
people don't understand this. Like, actors don't make their money off of their base pay. The smarter actors make the money off of the back end. They take a little bit off the top.
Off of toys and stuff. That's why Harrison Ford and Mark Hamill are like
Billionaires.
Not billionaires, but like really well off because every time you buy a Luke Skywalker toy, Mark Hamill makes like $1 billion.
Yeah. So like here,
And
you
I
have
think
like
it's-
Tom Cruise will always make 15%
So people
of
who
every
say
Mission Impossible
people
movie.
who say they're like, oh, you should go support the Flash movie because the crew really worked hard on that. The crew gets paid up front first, and then the actors also get paid, but then however well the movie does in the box office depends whether
Based on
they
their
get a little
contract.
bit more. So
Based
like
on how they do their
the
contracts.
crew is fine. They're all set. So if you're worried about them, don't worry about them. I don't have a super strong stance with the Flash thing. I may or may not see it. I mean Batman featuring the Flash. Sorry, apologies. Because that's all that fucking movie is. Literally one of the things the promos is they show the Flash logo transform into the Batman symbol, and that's how they end the TV spot. I'm like, that's got to be the other way around because the movie's called The Flash.
Yeah,
It's about the Flash,
but it's
right?
not.
But no, it's not. It's about look, Michael Keaton's back. I'm 40 years old. I remember Michael Keaton.
I'm a billion years old. I'm Michael Keaton. I can
Michael
still be a
Keaton.
superhero.
Can he still turn his neck around? I hope they make a joke that he can't turn his neck around because of the costume.
Bro, they're going to.
I like
You know it.
It's
You
like
know they
Rogue.
are.
It's like Rogue One. Rogue One. That's the Death Star.
You know what's the worst? You know what's the worst part?
What?
He made a film
Wait, what
about
are we talking about again? Sorry,
Michael Keaton.
I was too
We're
into
talking
my
about
character.
talking about the
Yeah,
Flash.
Michael Keaton.
But I'm talking about Michael Keaton. He made a film to make fun of the fact
Yeah,
that
Birdman.
he was in superhero movies.
And that movie was awesome. It was so good.
Did really well.
Yeah.
Was given a lot of awards.
Yeah.
And then he went back to being a superhero.
Well, because Warner Brothers was probably like, well, I think Warner Brothers is still on the hype of Batman 89 because before Batman 89, like Adam West was Batman and that was more of a jokester thing.
Yeah.
And like, we need another Batman 89. We need another Superman movie to like change superhero cinema forever. So that's why like Warner Brothers has such a hard on Batman 89. They're like, God, I just want to recreate it.
It's a soundbite that is gonna be in your life forever. Sorry, chat. So yeah, looking at all this, no one like that's the problem. This is the only thing I cared about.
Yeah. I'm not seeing anything else in theaters, I don't think. Unless if Steph wants to see them, but
I don't have a reason to see
I don't
the
have a reason to
Marvel.
see that.
I don't care about anything.
I kind of cared about Blade, but like from the
It's going through
rewrites,
production
from the
hell.
rewrite sounds of Blade, it sounds like because it's really easy to make a Blade movie. It's a dude who kills vampires and it's very bloody. Marvel Studios, I don't think wants to lean into the rated R-ness. So I think what's making this Blade script so fucking hard is they're trying to keep it PG-13, but it's kind of hard to do when the main villain is vampires and vampires drink blood. So you have to have blood in your movie. You have to have red blood in your movie, and then automatically like the what the fuck are they called? The people who rate movies. The people who rate movies like the PG-13R and stuff are automatically gonna blood and gore, that's rated R kind of thing. Like it's very hard to make a fucking Blade movie about a man with a sword who cuts off people's heads.
Same
into
thing with Deadpool.
Right.
Like there's that movie coming out.
Yeah.
And
like, are they gonna pussify him? Like Marvel Studios just has to bite the gut. What I think they should have done, which DC is now setting up the Black Label stuff, the Elseworld stuff, which is like Elseworld stuff. That's where all the rated R shit can happen, like your Jokers and the Batmans and stuff like that. They should have done is do an off-brand of like this is still in continuity, but this is rated R stuff, kind of like the Netflix stuff, and just have an off-brand or label called Marvel Knights. Marvel Knights is where you get your bloody Moon Knights, your Ghost Riders, your Blades, and
what's
stuff
it called
like that.
is pretty bloody and dark.
What?
That Halloween special they put out.
It's like it's bloody, but it's PG-13 bloody. It's not rated R bloody, but it's nothing like that's like a quick like little 20-minute thing, and it's not rated anything. It's like TV-14 or something like that, which you can kind of get away from. Television is oddly more lenient than fucking movies. Like movies are just like there's a dab of blood. They said 2 fuck words. Get him out of here!
Oh, yeah, you can only say the F word once.
Yeah, once. Which they dropped. They dropped the first MCU
first
fuck in there.
MCU.
And it was done pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get in the fucking car.
Yeah, get in the fucking car. But yeah, I just feel like this Blade movie, they're trying to like streamline it for everyone, and I think that's what's holding them up. Because man kills vampires. It's so, and Blade's not a beloved Marvel character. He has like maybe a couple series, and each of them lasted 7 issues. So like, you could do whatever there's 2 diehard comic book Blade fans ever.
And one of them is you.
No,
Somehow.
I'm not even one. He works better as like a team
Yeah.
player, like the Midnight Suns, which they're like Devil Hunters and stuff like that, like Marvel Mystical and stuff like that. Like he works as a team because his base characters is high. I'm also a vampire, but I also kill vampires. That's all Blade is. It should be so easy. But it's Disney, baby. Also, how you feel about the Fantastic Four one?
Don't care. We know nothing about it.
Yeah,
I don't even know who's in it.
it'll be interesting to see the cast. The rumor now is Adam Driver as Mr. Fantastic, which I could kind of see. I would have what's her face who played Marilyn Monroe in that new movie as Sue Storm, just because she's really hot. What's her name? Ana
de Armas.
Yeah. And then the thing, I wouldn't cast Seth Rogen because you know he's gonna do the laugh and it's gonna just break my immersion, like in fucking Mario. I don't know who I would cast as Bankram. Or the thing. And then Human Torch, just any young hotshot. Tom Holland.
Dude, just make it Chris
Bring
Evans
John
again.
Krasinski back. I don't think he has any interest. I think he's said he's like, I'm not really for it.
He only did it for the meme.
Yeah, he did it for the meme. That's about it. And I don't like.
Make Chris Evans Jonathan Storm.
No, he can't.
Yeah, he can. Why not? He was it once.
Wait a minute, Captain America. I like Captain America.
That would be such a as stupid as it would kind of low key be a funny joke where everyone's like,
But
"You look just like Steve."
It's too.
Who's Steve?
Yeah,
I know it's stupid.
it's too obvious.
It's stupid
And
and
it
dumb.
sucks
This is why I
ass.
don't work.
Yeah, this
as
is
an
why you're not a
executive.
writer.
Yeah, this is why I'm not.
And then we have King
Pickle
Dynasty, which who knows? They might just scrap that shit and just do Secret Wars Part 1 and Part 2. At this point with the Jonathan Majors.
I mean, it should have been the play to begin with, but
Yeah.
at the same time, I get that it's been like 6 years since an Avengers,
Mhm.
but none of these movies have felt.
I think honestly, just take a 1-year break. Figure out how to fix your shit before releasing
The thing
anything.
is, they spent like 3 months in the Bahamas
Because right
smoking
now,
weed.
all of this past Blade isn't even, well, besides Agatha, but they might just scrap it, isn't even filmed. So at this point, just make an announcement, be like, we're taking a fucking year. I think Echo might be canceled too. We're taking a fucking year to figure out
No,
our
it's not.
shit.
I think I was.
Oh, really? I don't want to fucking see Echo. And the whole point of Echo is like, well, Daredevil will be in it. I'm like, don't fucking do this again. This is the Ant-Man thing all the fuck over again. It's like, well, I don't care about Ant-Man, but I gotta see it for Kang. Because
Echo?
Kang's gonna be a big part of
Who's
it.
Echo again?
She's the. Did you watch Hawkeye?
Yeah. Oh, she's the.
She's the
woman with
deaf girl.
the no arm.
No, she's deaf. Wait,
Is
does
she
she have no
missing an
arm in
arm?
that? Hold on, look up a picture
I
of
thought she
her.
was missing an arm.
Look up Echo. Or MCU. Because then you're just gonna get the comic version of her. Hold on a second. Yeah, that chick.
Oh no, she got an arm.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought she lost an arm.
No. I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I think. Wait, does she kill? Or supposedly kill Wilson Fisk, or does he kill her? I forget what
It's
happened at the end of
supposed.
Hawkeye.
She supposedly shoots Wilson.
Okay, but he's definitely not dead. There's no fucking.
Because you
shot.
don't see him die.
Yeah. I think honestly with Kingpin, just make him a Spider-Man villain, because a lot of great Spider-Man stories is just Kingpin fucking up Spider-Man's life. Like there's one in Ultimate Spider-Man. I love this. So because Peter Parker is just a teenager in the Ultimate Universe, right? So like he's swinging around and stuff, and then Kingpin buys the likeness of Peter Parker. So like he sells a bunch of Peter Parker merchandise. And then when people buy the merchant, he's obviously getting all the revenue from
Yeah.
his likeness just to fuck with him. Like, just to fuck with him. And I'm like, that's so fucking funny. I want that in a movie. That kind of, or
Yeah.
him just literally ruining his life.
Thing is, though, in the MCU, they'll never have a Spider-Man where anyone knows who he is, unless they do
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that is our conversation about Guardians and a little bit of the MCU. We
We'll
love
do
Guardians.
We'll do a whole future, what we think the future should be, or like our lack of faith in the future.
Yeah,
kind of like in my head, I kind of want it to be like where Red Letter Media, where they're just in a pitch black room, and it's like, well, I guess we gotta talk about Star Wars again. Like I wanted that kind of tone.
that would be fun. Yeah, we have to
Yeah.
figure that out because
Yeah.
that would like require
A lot of effort.
effort. We'd have
but-
to actually work.
Dude, I don't want to do that shit.
Fuck! I want to do this in front of a computer and make billions.
Yeah.
Like XQC.
Why can't I just be like Moist Critical and just record myself on a fucking webcam and then get millions? And
Why can't I
not
be
even work on a
XQC?
thumbnail?
man, why am I
Not dissing.
entertaining?
Not dissing.
No, he's just got a
but he's
better
just awesome.
personality than us.
He does, and his insults are all on the fly.
Have you
and
seen
they're
his Redfall
immaculate.
video?
They're amazing. Yes,
It's so funny. That
So
game
good.
looks like shit.
it looks like garbage.
God.
Yeah. Oh, and parents apparently are complaining about Guardians. They're like, it should be rated R because I didn't look up anything about the movie and my child was traumatized. And it can't be my fault. I can't be the bad parent. It's the movie's fault.
Give the parents credit. Most Marvel movies are made for kids.
Right.
The scene where you see his real face,
Yeah. It's a little fucked up.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
I
kinda
get it.
I kind of still
I-
wanted Rocket to just be like, fuck it. He just shoots him and you just see blood. Like, it's just like, just go for it. Yes. But like, I know that wouldn't fit
Also, the
tonally.
cognitive dissonance there, where he's like, "Nah, I'm a guardian of the galaxy.
Yeah.
I don't kill people."
And then they just
Rewind
leave him
back
on the
to-
ship.
Rewind also back to them literally
Yeah.
killing everyone in the
Every-
hallway.
yeah.
It's like
And
an Elliot
they
situation
say
all over
Peter,
again.
Star Lord, and Groot. Well, Groot doesn't say it, but Star Lord says, "All right, kill him." He said that's a line in the. He says, "Kill him," and he's just killing the High Evolutionary's employees.
Yeah, they literally killed like unarmed
Yeah,
civilians.
they pretty much did. Which they were never good guys. I mean, the whole point of Guardians is they're just like rebels without a cause kind of thing.
Yeah, but
But like at
Quill
the
makes
same
it
time,
a point, and the
it's
heist
very
is like,
yeah.
he's like, no killing people.
But-
Why would you shoot her leg?
Well, because
That's messed up.
With most Marvel movies, it's just like, oh, I threw him out of a plane. They don't say, I'm going to throw him out of a plane because I want to kill him. They say, they don't even say it. They just throw someone out of the plane, and then you as a viewer is like, he's probably fine,
No,
kind of thing.
I've never once thought when like
Well,
they've
but
shot at
they
people.
don't pay explicit attention. Like, I'm going to shoot you in the fucking head, Red Skull. Like, it's never that. It's just like they're hanging off a cliff,
like
and then like,
Falcon and
Yeah.
Black Widow
Yeah.
and Hawkeye's
Mhm.
main weapons are literally to
Yeah.
point it at a person
right,
and
shoot.
shoot at
Yeah.
them.
Well, sometimes with Black Widow, she's got the little stun thing.
And then she's
Zip,
also
zip,
got
zip.
her dual claws.
Yeah, exactly. But we don't care about alien lives. Like if it's a
No,
person,
even real lives.
No,
bro.
that's
the
exact-
opening scene of Civil
But
War.
they still don't
is
go.
literally-
They don't say let's kill him. So it's like, oh, okay. Whereas like with Guardians, they're like, no, let's take these people's
Yeah,
lives.
But you
forfeit
know,
them.
you know.
Yeah. That's
You
why
know what
DC
they're
characters
doing.
are a little bit more morally right.
It's
Batman
so
never
funny because
kills.
Peter Quill's main
Yeah.
gripe with Gamora throughout the whole movie is like,
Yeah.
we don't kill people, we don't do it the Ravager way. And then the last act is, let's kill
fucking
them all.
kill 'em, yeah.
Okay, like you dumbass.
Yeah. No,
Oh my
but
god, it's
it's
so,
so
fun.
funny.
Because in the game, you murder everyone.
Yeah, yeah.
And the best part of it
Mhm.
is like you're murdering people who you know are mind controlled.
Yeah.
Like they're not in their right mind.
Mhm, mhm.
So you're killing innocent people throughout the entire game. I keep thinking about that every time I think back to the game. I'm like, they were mind controlled, yet I made Groot
Yeah.
shoot up spikes out of the ground and like made them fly in the air
Yeah.
so that Drax can do a combo where where he fucking punches them to the
Mhm.
ground.
Yeah.
It's like so dumb.
I love how
So dumb.
I saw a tweet and I had to laugh at myself. Some person was like, "Oh, like impersonating us, basically being like, oh, after Guardians 3, it's full of shit. Well, I am kind of excited about this and that." And they showed 4 pictures. One of them was Daredevil. One of them was Fantastic Four, Captain America, and like Loki. It's like, oh, but I'll stick around for these. And like for all those, I'm like, Loki may not even fucking happen because they got to do a whole writing thing. Daredevil is on hiatus right now. Captain America, we know nothing about, so there's no hype for that. And Fantastic Four, I mean, sure, if you're a fan of that, but literally all of these, I don't care.
And that's the biggest problem.
Like, I would
We
care about
don't care.
Daredevil, but Daredevil's going to be a huge tonal shift. They're going to, like,
yeah.
make him not cool anymore. So, fuck it. And all Marvel has done with the TV shows is at max 10 episodes. I think it's 16 or 18 episode fucking series in Daredevil. This is the first time they're doing something like this. I don't think they're going to stick the fucking landing. They could barely pace their fucking miniseries. Like,
Dude, it's gonna be tragic.
it's
watching
not
this
looking good.
go.
But we'll do a whole
Watching
video.
Marvel.
Yeah, we'll do a whole video
And
on an in-depth,
yeah.
just full. We're already nihilistic, but for that video, I'm planning to be just like it's all over. Art is dead.
Art is dead. Art is dead.
And you know what else
You
is
can
dead?
check us out in the description. Yeah. What else is dead, JJ? This fucking stream.
MJ and Peter's marriage is dead because she says she's not leaving Paul because Peter left for 4 years, not of his own free will, but because he was trying to get back to her, but it took him 4 years to do. It was the Spider-Man comic books.
I was like, I thought you were like
Hold on,
forgetting Zendaya.
Stop. I'm on a roll. I'm on a roll. Stop. The writer doesn't like MJ, so he's writing her like a bitch, which is extremely misogynistic. It's like, I want people to hate this character. What if I could make her a bitch and make like Black Cat like super high, like super like awesome and stuff? Like she would never be mean to Peter. So like, and everyone is literally ragging on this series, but Marvel continues to never learn their lesson, even though literally the new Spider-Man movie is gonna have MJ and Peter married and having a child, and the child looks great, and all Twitter talks about is that fucking child, Mayday Parker, and how much they love them. But Marvel editorial will never learn because they're misogynistic pieces of shit, and they should not be in the
because men don't know how to write women. So
no, that's not true.
No, yeah, it's very
no.
true.
J. Michael Straczynski's run on Spider-Man, he writes MJ very well because it's very much like what the current run is, where it's like, but her reasoning, they actually give a logical reasoning besides just introducing some random guy that MJ is automatically infatuated with.
Also,
They're
did
just
we
like,
mention the
hold on,
Mrs. Garbage
stop,
Take?
stop, I can't, stop,
I
hold
don't
on.
fucking
I got,
care.
no, but I do. I need to get it across. But like Michael Straczynski, she's literally like, I'm just afraid, and I'm not saying it can't happen ever. I'm just saying that, like, I just need to focus on myself. And she actually has a character, and they wind up together, because you know they're Lois and Clark, baby, which Superman and Lois have a really good relationship. So if you got a good really relationship in comic books, the current Superman run is great. If you're a depressed Spider-Man fan like me, also check out the Miles Morales run. That run is fucking awesome. All right, I'll stop. I'm done. Sorry, I killed Peter. Wait a minute.
The fuck was I even thinking in my brain?
I don't know. I had to get my Spider-Man thing across because they promoted it like, oh, this is the most shocking feel in 60 years, and it's literally MJ just being like,
okay, I know what I was gonna say. When you first said MJ, Peter, and Paul,
yeah,
I thought you were talking about Zendaya, Tom Holland, and Timothy Chalamet.
No.
You were like, the wedding is off. Zendaya only wants to be with Timothy Chalamet.
Tom and Zendaya are just hanging out in their living room, like, we're gonna get married one day, and all of a sudden Timothy Chalamet kicks out the door, and it's a desert, and it's just full of people, and it's like, Muhabbati, you are taking my bride.
I was like, what the?
With the Dune song.
Like, what the fuck? They're breaking up? That's why, like, you saw me actually interested.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then you were like, no, like in the comments. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna. All right. So thank you guys for watching. This is Garbage Take, by the way. I don't know if anyone. I don't even know if you realize
I didn't realize that.
This is Garbage Take because
Okay.
when we do our reviews, we do Garbage Take, not Anime on the Rock.
I think my takes are good. I think your takes are bad. How do you feel about my takes and your takes?
I mean, whatever the fuck that was, just made me want to like hit the end stream button while you were talking. Like, I'm not even kidding. So thank you guys for watching. We'll have another stream up next week. I don't know what to talk about next week.
If we can't figure out something, I think tier lists are just the way to go because we have a lot of fun with those. But we can't make it like a generic, like, what are our favorite series? We have to do something like Edgy Boy or Nice Boy. So we have to figure out something like funny. Like, what characters are most likely
our favorite Zelda game? Yeah, even though it literally is what you just said we don't do.
Well, we could do that because I love Zelda.
And Zelda's coming out this weekend.
How many Zelda games have you played? Because if you've only played like 4, it's going to be a pretty incoherent.
I gotta remember.
I played the major ones. I haven't played like Oracle of Seasons or anything like that.
Zelda. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching. We will check you guys out next stream.
If the FNAF trailer drops, that's all we're gonna talk about next week.
If the FNAF trailer drops next week,
Yeah.
due to the fact that it was spoiled, we will talk about it.
Yes.
Like we will spend an ample.
Okay, if
I
there's
will
anything
sit here and let JJ talk.
If there's anything in the news, we'll talk about Dune next week because I wanted to get, but the stream is already going on too long. But if we have nothing to figure out, then we'll either do Zelda or some stupid tier list. But stupid as in a funny way.
I mean, you'll be playing Zelda.
Yeah.
So like you could tell me about it because I will not be playing Zelda.
And hot take, so you stay tuned for the Zelda thing. Ocarina of Time is not the best Zelda game. It is Breath of the Wild. If anyone says any fucking different, you're stupid. And I think Ocarina of Time is a B or C list fucking game. Honestly, it gets way too hyped up. So if you want to hear my trash fucking opinions on that, check out next week. We need hate clicks. Hate clicks,